And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You can be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Coming to you from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. And I'll be switching over to the other screen. Let's go here. To open this up. Alright. Alright, hello, it is I, Alien Spaceship, and I hope everybody's having a good evening, good day. And we are going to be continuing what we started yesterday. We'll be looking at some scenes from the Sun Telly trial, the Robert Baker... No, I'm going to rephrase all that. The Robert Baker part of the trial when he went on the stand. That is what we're going to be looking at tonight and reviewing. And now we'll be switching over to the other screen. Okay. Let's go here. Alright, here we go. Oh, thank you, Mary Toodles. It's nice to see you. Welcome. Okay, so here it goes.
Wow. I could have swore that was hers.
Looking at this photo taken June 13th on her way back from Toronto. Oh, this is not the mark? Your Honor, can I have this marked as the people's next in order, please? 278?
279.
Thank you. 279, there's a 6 in the lower left corner. And the June 13th. Is that the same shirt?
Looks like it.
Do you recognize this photo?
No. I'm looking hard too. No.
No. She's wearing the same shirt, right? Shirt you gave her, right?
Okay. I don't recognize the photo so far.
Okay. And also contained on your SD card found in your Ford Expedition. You have a lot of SD cards, racquetball equipment, clothing, women's clothing in your expedition at the time that you were arrested, right?
In my expedition? I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Mm-mm. Because when I was arrested in a squad car, not in my truck. So I don't remember.
Yes, but you had things in your expedition that was parked in the garage at your apartment.
Okay.
On the day you were arrested, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I didn't do an inventory before I got arrested. I don't remember. I probably did. I may have.
Do you remember telling Detective Gable and Detective Tellis, actually you asked them, hey, yeah, well you saw the shirt, didn't you, on her? That was a gift I gave her. And the detective said, oh no, and you said, so you didn't see the army shirt? And the detective said, yeah. And you said, did you see the back? It said, it will defend. And the detective said, yeah, right, okay, very nice. Oh, so, and you said it was a gift that I got her, because I can't wear it here anywhere. Remember that?
Not really. I don't remember that. I don't. It's too long ago.
Did Monica ever ask you if you had committed this murder?
No.
Never asked you that.
No.
How about after the two of you tried to explain away where all your DNA in the house came from?
Say that one more time.
Sure. We heard you in an overhear talking to Monica a couple of different times, trying to explain away the DNA that was found of yours at the crime scene.
Oh, not explain away, but those were the reasons. But
Right.
okay,
You were saying it's just a few drops, right?
that's what I was
Said
told.
That's
That's what
what she told them. It's just
That's
a
what
few
I was told.
drops.
That's what I was told.
So again, at any point in time, did she ask you, "Hey, did you murder my husband?"
No.
Never. And you still love her, right? That's why you're here.
I love her. Of course, I still love her. Of course,
Yeah.
I do.
And you hope that at some point the two of you will be together.
It's never going to happen.
Right?
It's never going to happen.
So you didn't talk about conjugal visits in the future or anything like that if she were to get out?
I don't remember. I might have.
Did
maybe.
you ever talk to her about the fact that if she got out, you wanted her to go home, but you needed her to support you and put money on your books and things of that nature? Do you ever have that kind of a conversation?
I don't remember that conversation.
So if that was recorded, it just would be that you didn't remember.
I just don't remember.
I see.
You're recording it. I don't remember.
I see. You told us, though, that you lied about Chris Austin's involvement because you wanted to protect him, right?
Right.
And you were much closer to Monica than you were to Chris Austin, right?
Different types of relationships.
Okay. So again, you do anything to protect her too, right? That's what you do.
If I could. If I could.
Do you remember telling Monica in a overhear from August 24th of 2017 that you will flat out lie for her and that you need to start stockpiling because you don't have support out there? And Monica told you, if I get out, you'll have my support. Do you remember that?
At the time, she thought I was innocent. Yes.
If you didn't discuss committing the murder of Fabio Sementili with Monica prior to the murder, how did you know that your plan might backfire? How did you know that your plan might do that? I mean, how did you account for that? Like, what if she, after the murder, decided she couldn't afford to live here and move back to Canada?
Sorry, counsel. That is compound.
Did you consider, if you're telling the jury that you didn't discuss your plan with Monica to kill Fabio, that after the murder, she might move back to Canada?
She might have.
So wouldn't you have been in a better position to continue the relationship where you could see her whenever pretty much Fabio was at work or traveling?
I thought about it.
And?
Yeah, it could have went either way.
So you told us that you thought by getting him out of the way that you would be able to have Monica all to yourself, right?
True.
But if she moved back to Canada, you wouldn't have her at all,
Very
right?
true. That's also true.
So then what was your plan? What was your plan B?
There was no plan B.
No plan B.
No.
So if she left, she left.
Nothing I could do about it.
I see. So you went to all of these great lengths to set up this murder and bring in Chris Austin and all of the things you've told us about over the last several days on the chance that somehow Monica would be able to find a way to stay in the United States and in California with you.
Well, I knew she was gonna. I knew that she definitely wanted to be in the United States because she was talking about the daughters staying in school. So I knew she was going to stay in the United States, regardless whatever happens anywhere.
Okay. Do you recall after your arrest being placed into a cell that you talked about with Monica with a cellmate?
Could have been. I don't remember.
Do you remember telling your cellmate to be careful what he talked about because the cell contained cameras and recorders?
Probably. I don't remember.
Do you remember telling your cellmate everything that you say is being watched and recorded?
We all think that way, yeah.
You thought that?
I don't remember saying it, but we all think that way.
Okay. I'm just asking what you thought.
I always think we're being recorded.
Okay. And did you also tell your cellmate that you know how to work the system?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember the cellmate. I've had a few cellmates, so you gotta help me out with that.
Well, it was the date you were arrested, as I said on this case.
Oh, okay, I got you. I don't remember that conversation.
When you were talking to your cellmate, did you tell your cellmate that you don't know anything about this murder and that I have no idea why the it's me?
I don't remember saying it, but I probably would say something like that.
Did you tell them some woman's dude got killed in a home invasion robbery or some?
Again, I don't remember the conversation, but I probably would say something like that.
Did you refer to Monica as your confidant and your friend?
I don't remember.
Does it sound like something you would say?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember saying, I'm trying to keep her cool. I'm trying to see how she feels. She's like a confidant, friend, you know?
I don't remember the conversation.
Okay. Did you tell your cellmate that law enforcement had the wrong?
I don't remember the conversation.
Does that sound like you?
Could have been.
Do you remember telling your cellmate Fabio was a big-time celebrity exec? This high profile, he was big time.
I don't remember that.
Did you tell your cellmate, it ain't me? I know it ain't me.
I don't.
Okay, let's go here. Yeah, and yeah, hello Elaine and Remy. It is nice to see both of you, and yeah, and Remy, thank you for telling us hello before bed. It's nice to see you in chat. And yeah, Robert Baker is completely disgusting. He was with the woman that's in the trial that we're currently watching. We'll be back on Monday. Yeah. And I had a good weekend. Today Yes, Remy, I had a good weekend. It went very well. I had to get some things done. I went outside. The sun's a little bit positioned differently because of the winter season, the fall season, which is interesting. Yeah, I got some stuff done, and I just got back from seeing the cats, and a cold front came down here. So where y'all are up north, it's probably quite cold. It just arrived where I am, so it's gonna be an interesting night when I walk around later. Yeah, everything went fine with me, and Remy, I hope everything. Remy, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're doing okay too. Thank you for asking. All right, and Elaine said, "Pretty shit. My cat got ran over. Oh lord, he was my wee baby." Oh, Elaine, that is so devastating. Rest in peace about that. That is heartbreaking for sure. All right. Shots Mary Toodles.
Okay.
A chat tell you hello.
Tell him hi. I'll try to stop in a little while.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is very devastating, and I understand what that pain is like. We are here for you, and glad that you are, with us, and feel free to talk to us. Okay, so although amongst the bad news, I am glad to have you all here. It's a Timu devastation, indeed. All right, and yeah, yesterday we were watching this towards the end, and we're gonna also watch more of it today of Baker because it still has to do with the current trial because Tellus's attorneys is with Michael's, and then she was also at Baker, so it's like a sequel to two trials. Yeah. And all the cats are doing well. I saw the two in the back and the other ones that are in there too, and there's a new kitten that we're taking care of. And it's a tabby. It's full of energy and
It's like it's a tuxedo tabby.
what?
A tuxedo.
A tuxedo cat. Yeah.
No, a tuxedo tabby, it seems.
A tuxedo tabby. Yeah, it's a tuxedo tabby, and we don't know what the gender is, but
I think it's a boy.
okay, you think it's a boy. It's full of energy, and it's very cute. The outside cats sometimes have brawls with each other, but they're all doing all right and eating their food. Well, raccoons and possums are just kind of scavenging around, and as usual. Yeah, so I got some stuff that I need to get done this weekend, and I had a good time with the pets. So mine was fine. All right. I'm going to continue with this. All right.
Are you still in the trial?
Yeah.
I don't remember the conversation.
Okay. Do you remember telling us earlier today that you had probably around 5 interviews with the defense?
Yes.
This takes the evidence.
So,
Do you remember when the first one was?
No.
Do you remember when the first one was in relation to your plea in this case, which was July 7th of 2023?
I don't remember the exact dates.
Okay. How about August 7th of 2023? Remember that?
I don't remember dates. I don't log this stuff down.
Okay. Do you remember that in the first interview, you talked about the letter that you wrote to Monica?
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I had a lot of discussions, but I'm sure we talked about it.
Yeah, Remy says, did the driver stop and help? Yeah, that's something I'd like to know too. And Remy says, we love you, Elaine. We are here with you in spirit. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. And yeah, we are here for her, for Elaine in these dark times. As I know what it's like to lose a pet in those situations. It is very dark, indeed. And thank you, Elaine, for sharing with us about what occurred. And well, oh, hello there, Lori. Hi, Alien in chat. I'm in and out, falling asleep. A lot of healing up from surgery. Hope all is well. Oh yeah, hello, Lori. It is always great to see you, and it. Thank you for letting us know about your recovery and being with us as we piece together this trial scene, right? And Elaine says, right, she put a post on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but she also drove 3 miles to local vet. My baby was chipped, and we were called in the morning by the vet. Oh wow, okay, okay. And yeah, action. It's good if people try to help out in a situation like that, because not somebody just drives and goes away. Because something like that happened a a while back and a long time ago, and the person just like sped off because they're stupid. So yeah, it's just people will be tested in those situations about their character. Yeah, I accidents happen, and may we all have discernment while driving about doing the right things. To hopefully like these things don't could happen less frequently. Yeah. So yeah, very sorry, Elaine, about that. Condolences for your loss. Because those, pets are like family. You know, absolutely. And Joyce said, so we need. Hello, Joyce. Good to see you. So we need some just jailing in our lives tonight. Yeah, exactly, Joyce. We need some just jailing, and we will. Our lives be satisfied, indeed. All right, and yeah, Remy. Some people suck. That's true. I agree. With the regarding the cat, the animal situation when stuff like that happens. And Elaine said, I feel sorry for her. The weather was really misty, and dumb Fs were setting off fireworks even though it was not the 5th. I think my boy got spooked and ran in front of a car. Well, fireworks are extremely. I think for animals, they can make them scared. And a lot of dogs and cats don't like it, and veterans, stuff like that, they don't like those fireworks. So that is just very a tragic situation, a series of unfortunate events. Indeed. Yeah, messed up. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Fire Night is the 5th of November here, and I always want to keep my pets in on the date. Yeah. Sometimes they start the fireworks early. They will do that. And when they do the fireworks early, it will pop off and it could hurt the animals definitely. So yeah, I would say it would be a good idea to keep them in so they don't get hurt. And also they get frightened. Indeed. Yeah. Yes, people should be considerate to their surroundings. They think more deeply of themselves and the world around them. Right? A lot of Timu people out there. Yeah, because as I said, the people that one time hit one of the animals, they just sped off and they weren't bringing anybody to a vet. So it's good if people can get animals checked out if possible. But of course, it's best to try to do the best people's ability to not hit an animal that's trying to walk across the street. Bonfire night is a British thing. Yeah, I know nothing about that, but it's. I was assuming it was some sort of a festival from the region you're from. Yeah. All right, Remy said they were setting off fireworks till 1 a.m. the other day, weirdos. Yeah. That is absolutely true about about the weirdos with the fireworks. They do that over here too during the different holidays. Yeah. And people gotta sleep, people gotta do different things, and they're just blowing those stuff off. I could see that being annoying, definitely.
Showing you people 628.
I think that's defense.
It is. Sorry, defense 628. You recognize the writing here?
Yes,
Whose writing is that?
it's mine.
And this is the letter we talked about yesterday, right? Where you told us that you spent an entire day writing this letter, right?
And I spent some time. Yeah, I wrote the letter.
You wrote it.
I wrote it.
And you gave it to the defense.
Yes.
And this was your attempt to apologize to Monica, right? For killing her husband.
To make it easy for you, yes.
I'm sorry?
To make it easy for you, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to make it easy for me. Is that what your intent was? Isn't that
No,
what you told the
because-
defense on direct?
No, I'm just making it easier for you, so that way you can say it's me who
Objection,
wrote it.
non-responsive. Move to strike.
Stricken.
Again, did you tell the defense on direct that this was your attempt at an apology?
Probably.
And then did you give it to the defense to give to Monica?
Yes.
And so here you wrote that you have a lot to say, right? And the first paragraph that I'm pointing to here, as much as I want to apologize to say I'm sorry of what happened to him, you and everyone else, it will never be enough for me to emphasize, especially to you, right?
Yes, what I wrote.
And in the letter, you knew that the murder occurred in January, right? You wrote January 2017 when this all happened. Right?
I wrote it.
Is that what you wrote?
Yeah, because I didn't even know the date.
Okay, but you wrote January 2017.
Yes.
So you knew the month.
Yeah.
And you knew the year.
Yes.
And you said your intent was actually to deliver a gift for Monica's birthday, right?
Correct.
However, unknowing it was an unforeseen disaster, right? Is that what you wrote?
That's what I wrote.
And then you said it got worse, right?
A disaster for which I feel horrible. It got worse. Yes.
Okay. And then you wrote, it was supposed to have been a good thing, but it went horribly wrong. Right?
I wrote that.
Okay. And then you said, who could you tell? Who could you explain this to? No one, right?
Talking about me, yes.
And then you said the incident, meaning the murder, plummeted you into your own mental chaos, right?
It did.
And then you said, further down, I am sincerely, deeply sorry, right?
Correct.
And then you wrote about, in this letter, about how you and Monica did various niceties of dropping notes on our cars.
Yeah, something else that they do is, like where I am, they'll shoot the guns in the air a lot of times. So, On top, the fireworks still have lots of gunshots on certain like New Year's or 4th of July. It'll be very loud. So yeah, it's so you don't have to. It's not only about the fireworks, but then there's the raining bullets that could be around the area. I was reading about the bonfire night. It's a wild story, indeed. Yeah, I have never heard of it before, but it's a UK holiday. I don't know if it's a holiday, but it's some sort of remembrance of the failed attack that happened. So, but yeah, I totally can understand the how the aggravation it could be, especially when the fireworks, like the time of the firework incidences when they do them, how that doesn't they do it the day before or a little bit before and not exactly right when it happens. Where it's unnecessary. So yeah, I understand the cringe y'all are talking about.
Or places that was personal, right?
Yes,
Slipping cards, mementos, and gifts.
correct.
And that you prided yourself on turning up the niceties a notch at times, right?
Yes,
That you would leave notes, cards, gifts in or on a car she would drive all over the valley.
if I could.
I'm sorry?
Yes, that's what I wrote.
And that placing drawn posters with messages only she would know were hers, placed on routes she'd travel, right?
Yes, I wrote that.
And then on the back of page 1, you wrote that I drop in on you in places. I think you wrote here by accident, just to let you know you're thought of, right?
I wrote it.
And you said to show you how special she is. Lunches, dinners, spa days, spoil you days, little shopping sprees, spontaneous little things, right?
I wrote it.
And then you started talking about her birthday in 2017, where you gave her a gift, right?
I wrote it.
Okay. And then you said that because she had commitments and couldn't really do a dinner or lunch, to make it a sort of ceremony, that you had a grander gift of a necklace, ring, designer card, right? That you wanted to give her.
I wrote that.
And you said when I gave you that in passing gift, you hinted before all this happened that you had more gifts for her, right?
I wrote that.
And that you were going to find a way to make her birthday special, correct?
I wrote that.
And you said you were going to wait for an opportunity to give her the gift,
I wrote that.
right?
I wrote all this.
Yes? And then you said you needed to put them somewhere, these gifts that you bought for her, these additional presents, somewhere that she would find it, right?
I wrote that.
And that you had an idea. Right?
All right, so hello, Becky. It's very good to see you as always. All right, and Elaine said, "Sorry for hijacking your channel with my misery again. How you been?" I always, you could. I don't mind hearing your thoughts about what's going on with you, Elaine. Thank you for letting me know what's going on with you. And I have been. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I had a today the weather just got cooler. Oh, hello Regina, good evening. The weather came down, the cooler weather came to my region. I got stuff done this weekend and was researching stuff for the streams. And I have been fine. I was seeing the pets earlier and fooling with Bubbles. So, yeah. And I was glad to do the stream as I do every day. And so that's how I'm doing. Thank you for asking, Elaine. And Becky says, how's things, everyone? Yes, thank you. I'm doing well, and chat is doing all right. Elaine had an unfortunate tragedy with her cat, and we are just chilling, and the other people could speak for themselves about how they're doing. But yeah, in this chat, we're doing cool right now in the chat, chat-wise. So, and Regina, this is the person that we're watching, is the Robert Baker's the same person who was with the defendant in the new trial that we're covering. He was married to the woman in the new trial that we're watching. And some people in the chat wanted to re-exhume his testimony, so that's what we're doing now, while we talk about other things as well. All right. And, okay, we're all caught up with everybody in chat. All right. So, here we go.
I wrote all this.
You said you had a little impromptu drop-off plan. Package the gifts up, place it under the seat of her car, right?
I wrote that.
And then you said, but that would require a lot of surveillance. And asking a smart woman too many questions on her whereabouts will sound alarm bells, right?
I wrote that.
So then you said, when you told us just a couple minutes ago that you didn't know the date, in here you wrote the date, right? Days before the 23rd of January.
Yeah, I always kind of knew what the date was, but I didn't really know the dates.
But yet you wrote it.
I know, I get that. I really don't know dates that well, but go ahead, yeah.
Okay. But you knew it here, right?
Okay.
And so you said that you coordinated that a package was going to be delivered to her on a league night, right? Racquetball league night. Correct?
I wrote that.
And that you plan to have it dropped off at the gym. And if that wasn't done that night, it was going to be placed under the seat of the Mustang in the driveway as a last resort by a paid deliverer. Correct?
That's what I wrote.
And then you wrote how it was difficult to accomplish this, right?
That's what I wrote.
The deliverer that you contacted wasn't available, so you were forced to wait for another time, right?
That's what I wrote.
And you said the opportunity came up on the 23rd of January. Again, the date.
That's what I wrote.
And you said that instead of dropping it off on the windshield, you were going to bring it to her home, right?
That's what I wrote.
And you talked about how you met to play racquetball, that Monica mentioned she was barely able to squeeze racquetball in because her day was filled with busyness and errands, right?
Says the opportunity presented itself, you and I met to play racquetball. Okay.
And you said the more you listened, you got the feeling that everyone at the house was going out running errands also, right?
Yes.
So you said you saw the potential to deliver the present.
Yes.
And so basically you told Monica that you were planning to drop off a gift to her at the home, right?
That was the intent of the letter.
Okay. And you talked about placing some jewelry and a card somewhere in the house where she would be surprised, right?
That's what I wrote.
And you said it had to be in a place where she would find it and no one.
Oh yeah, so Regina, the thing about this with Robert Baker, he murdered Fabio Cementelli. He was a very bad guy. He was married to a woman and he molested the daughter when she was 14, and then he went to jail for it. Then when he got out, he married her, and now that other woman is on trial for murdering someone else. So that is the cycle that we have here. And yeah, he was a prawn star. He calls it adult entertainment. So yeah, he is a very smug, shady guy indeed. It is how he is. Scared. Yeah, sick indeed. Yeah. And Monica Cementelli was cheating on her husband with him. No, don't watch that show, Elaine, but I've been in the Highlands many times. Also, hubby used to live in Thurso. Oh, very interesting. Interesting. And Highland Cop sounds like it'd probably be a funny show. Over here, we have cops. Yes, scared. Over here, we have a cops show. And the cops show is very entertaining indeed. They can be quite entertaining.
No one else would stumble across it, right?
That's what I wrote in
So
this
you
letter.
decided that you were going to place this gift and this designer card on her pillow, on her bed,
I just wrote that in the letter.
right? And your plan was to drop it off and then text her to check under her pillow. Right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you go on to talk about how you had it in your racquetball bag and you were worried she would see it in your bag. Remember?
Do I remember? No, I just remember. I'm just looking at. I agree. That's what I wrote.
Okay. And then you talked in length about how you had to rinse your hand off from this racquetball injury, and that she was trying to help you, that you made a mess with towels and water, right?
That's what I wrote.
When you were asked about it here, when I asked you about it yesterday, you talked about putting your hand in your mouth and then putting a Band-Aid over it, right?
Eventually, yes.
Okay.
We just didn't go into detail, but that's what we. That's what you. I only answer what you ask.
I see. And then you said that Monica took a plastic bag from you with the towels home with her, right?
That's what I put out. That's what I put on the letter.
And your mind was already on getting the gift to her. So everything else was forgotten, right? So you weren't focused on your injury.
I'm on your. This is just what I wrote for this letter.
Yes.
Yes,
And
I wrote
you
this.
spent a lot of time, as we talked about yesterday, planning out what you were going to say, right?
I just wrote it. I just
Wrote it over the course of a day, right?
I think so.
And it's fairly lengthy, right? Front and back, as we talked about.
Okay.
Every single line, right?
Okay.
And so you said that even to drop off a gift, you decided it would be better if I had an extra set of eyes, right?
That's what I wrote.
And you never use the name Fabio, just like in the overhears. Instead, you refer to him as him, right?
I might have. I mean, I'm sure I do. I don't usually say his name.
Right. And neither did Monica, right? The two of you only refer to him as he or him.
I only speak for myself.
Well, in the overhears with her,
But that's on
the
you.
two of you did not in 60 hours ever
just
use
speak.
his name, right?
I just speak for myself.
Objection, move to strike, non-responsive.
Stricken.
And then you said it irked you to have him think he burns you on time, effort, and partial payment, right? What are you referring to?
Oh, this is referring to the fictitious person.
I see.
Not, yeah, that's what that
So
meant.
you went into some detail on how this fictitious person irked you.
Yes.
And then you said, shortly before the drop, your deliverer and you were going over the impromptu plan, which obviously isn't so impromptu, right?
I wrote that.
Okay.
I wrote that. Your extra stuff, I don't know what you're talking about.
And you said that it was going to be a very loose plan, right?
That's what I wrote.
Okay. And you said that you knew you were going to go towards the Ralphs in her area to figure out the easiest approach to drop it off, right?
That's what I wrote.
And that she texted you or called you and asked you what you were doing and where you were,
That's what I wrote.
right?
That's what I wrote.
And that she said that she was nearby and hoped to see you in a few.
Now, you know something cool about Belfast is where the Titanic was made. Although Titanic was a tragedy because of poor guidance, and other factors, the Titanic was in Belfast, and it was a very strong, good ship. But it didn't last well, of course, because it sunk and hit the iceberg because they're going too fast in an ice field. And they didn't really add the flood compartment like a topping to the flood compartments, and it was not like completely invincible like they thought it was, but it still was a very beautiful ship. Unfortunately, it went down. But yeah, that's very cool about the history of that region. And I've heard of Glasgow. I've heard of that place. I've never been to the UK, but I know about that region. Oh, they're the best laugh ever, Elaine. That's cool. Never dull day, and most have heart of gold. Well, that's good to know. And the Titanic was alright when it left. Yes, yeah, it was. And then it went to France. But remember, they were going as fast as they can in an ice field. And remember, and I'll tell you this, if it hit an iceberg directly head on, it wouldn't have sunk, because only in theory, because 2 flood compartments would have been broken. But they're trying to avoid the iceberg, and they put a really nearly cut half the ship open, so at that point it's pretty much over. But they should have put a topping on they added this to the other Titanic, the 2 sister ships. Alright, the Olympic was a very good ship. And guess what? The Olympic, which was made in the same area in Belfast, it rolled over. It didn't roll over. It sailed over it hit a German U-boat. It hit it, and it got hit with a torpedo, and it was fine. And it went through a lot of damage, but it stayed afloat. So there was one of the ships that did seem unsinkable from the sister ships, but it had to add certain things to it, so it would not do the error that the Titanic had. So, but still, underwater right now, the Titanic, the pulley system still works without any WD-40 or anything. And it said if it was piloted better, and if it had some modifications to it. It could have survived, but it was just arrogance. They thought they just weren't really being careful with it. They're like doing like the most risky thing that possibly could be done, which wasn't the wisest thing to do. Oh, there's a massive museum over there. That's really cool. A place to visit one day. Yeah. I'm sure it's very incredible because that's where it was all built. So, yeah. Thanks for letting me know about that. All right. Let's go here.
Few minutes.
That's what I wrote.
Where you said that it was your usual see each other if we can while we could if time permitted, right?
That's what I wrote on this paper.
And then you said the two of you met up at the Target, right? So in this letter, you're talking about, again, on January 23rd, where you and Monica met up at the Target parking lot, right?
I just wrote this on the paper.
Yes, but you're referring to an actual event, right?
I guess we were in the same parking lot together.
Right, and you said you met briefly at the Target parking lot. See this?
I see what I wrote.
And you said that you were hoping that you wouldn't give anything away. This big surprise of this extra gift and this card, right?
Whatever it is I wrote on this paper, I wrote it.
Okay. And what you got from her was that everybody was out running errands or school. Right?
Whatever's on this paper, I wrote it.
Okay. So at that point, in the parking lot, you're basically stating that Monica told you everybody was out. Right?
No. No, this is...
No?
I already knew this before. I knew this earlier during the day. I knew this earlier during the day.
All right, so Becky says, interesting alien. We live near the docks where the Titanic was built. There's still ship repairs going on still, and you can stay in a Titanic hotel, which is White Star offices converted into a hotel. It's beautiful. I didn't know they could turn it into a hotel. That would be a place to stay indeed. I'm glad they still repair ships over there. The Irish are very, good, hardworking people at what they do, and I'm glad they're still doing their ship repairs, and would like to see that one day. All right, Elaine said, wasn't Cementelli's husband involved with beheading a loon from most recent trial I have been following? Yes. Wait, wasn't Cementelli's husband? Oh, it was not Okay, I'll explain. So Robert Baker, who is in the video you see right now, he was involved in the murder of Fabio Cementelli. The guy on the screen, his ex-wife, is the woman on trial right now on LC. Devin Michaels. Okay, we'll Google that right now. Let's go here. Oh yeah, it is certainly a train wreck. All right, let's see. Let's go to the Titanic. That's not it. Right here. Oh, that's very cool. I like that. Let's put it like this so y'all could see. Looks kind of like a ship, like the metal parts of it. let's see inside. Nice to have a model of the Titanic right there. That's in the lounge. And then we have this. You have that. Yeah. That's very cool. Dining. Right there. That's the dining area. Okay, the silver one is the museum. Okay, let's see. Elaine said, "I think you got it right. I got it. I think you got it right. Fair play, because that was a human life Rubik's Cube show." Yes, yes, indeed. All right, so I see a Titanic museum. All right, this is the Titanic museum, and it's built like the front part of the ship. And that is one of the ships that is still in existence from the White Star Line. That is just like it's sitting there in a museum. That was a smaller ship that they built that's still around today. The SS Nomadic. Right there. It looks like a little yacht. Alright, let's see inside. Here. Yes, permanently docked. All right. Okay, that's very cool. They'll have like a movie hologram in the room. I like that. Let's see. Not the boat, the other part. Oh, they have the whole staircase, just like the movie and the original ship. I like that. And they have the dome on top. Yeah, it's very well done. Like that lighting, okay. And we'll say why. What does it consist of? Let's see. You can get pictures taken at it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Inside of Titanic Belfast, the Titanic experience guides visitors through 9 interactive galleries detailing the ship's conception, construction, maiden voyage, sinking, and legacy. Exhibits feature authentic artifacts, immerse reconstructions on the site from former Harland and Wolff shipyard where the ship was built. The Titanic Experience Galleries. The galleries offer an authentic retelling of the story through interactive exhibits and a ride. Boomtown Belfast explores Belfast's industry heyday and the turn of the 20th century, where the Titanic was conceived and built. The Shipyard Ride. A dark ride experience takes you through a recreation of the Harland and Wolff shipyard, showing the ship's construction. The launch details the actual launch of Titanic on May 31, 1911, includes a scale model of the ship. The fit out explores the ship's opulent interiors using computer-generated imagery to recreate the lavish surroundings in the maiden voyage. Covers the start of the journey, including a replica of the first class cabin and an original menu from the last lunch served to the first class passengers. The sinking details of the night the ships struck the iceberg through interactive displays and survivor testimonies. Aftermath covers the inquiries, legal proceedings, and lasting legacy following the disaster. The quest for Titanic. Chronicles of the hunt to find the wreck include underwater footage from Robert Ballard's submarine. The final resting place includes artifacts from the ship and information about the technology and used in its recovery. Museum displays various authentic items and carefully created recreations. Wallace Hartley's violin. Wow. The world-famous violin belonging to the ship's band leader is on display. Dr. Simpson letter A. Letter written by ship's assistant surgeon just before the sinking is among the artifacts. Life jacket. An original cork linen life jacket recovered from the wreck site is displayed. White Star Line china. The different tableware used for each class of passenger is on view. Last Lucian menu. The last menu for first class passengers is on display. Recreated cabins, see full scale recreations of the ship's cabins. The grand staircase replica. The staircase is in Titanic suit banqueting facility. Included the admission price. The Titanic Experience ticket also includes entry following the SS Nomadic, the last surviving White Star Line vessel, which tendered first, second class passengers to Titanic. Slipways and Plaza. Walk in the historic slipways where Titanic and Olympic were built and launched. I'm curious about the hotel. Let's do this. Historic former headquarters of the Harland and Wolff shipyard features a unique blend of preserved architecture, architectural history, Art Deco inspired guests rooms, and modern amenities, including a fine dining restaurant, a bar, and meeting facilities. Elaine said, "At least Leonardo DiCaprio survived the flirt with the wee girl." Oh, kidding. All right, Becky says, "If Leo was down there, Elaine, I would be away. Cheerio." Right, right. The original drawing office. The magnificent dual Victorian offices where the Titanic and other White Star Line ships were designed have soaring the three-story barrel vaulted ceilings and are used as event and public spaces. Original artifacts. The hotel is filled with over 500 artworks, artifacts, and photographs related to Harland and Wolff and Titanic, including the original Valerie and Bosch titles, identical to those in the ship's swimming pool. Heritage rooms. Several original offices of key figures such as Thomas Andrews, the Titanic's designer, and Lord Perry, chairman in Harland and Wolff, have been restored and can be used for private dining or for meetings. Noah fan, he's too interested in young girls for my liking. Men over 40 should not be into 18-year-old Bernies, in my opinion. Right. And certainly, yeah, he does seem to go after the younger ones. Indeed. And I understand what you're saying, Elaine. Yes. And nautical touches. Throughout the hotel, visitors can find suitable details like riveted panels, hanging ships, lanterns, and maritime artwork, all designed to evoke the golden age of the ocean travel. Guest rooms. The 119 guest rooms offer a luxurious stay with an Art Deco and nautical theme. Decor. Rooms feature a blend of streamlined Art Deco furniture, unique maritime artwork. Amenities. Standard modern amenities include large, comfortable beds with Egyptian cotton linens, flat screen TVs with a dedicated Titanic channel, free Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and tea coffee making facilities. Let's see. I'll read that again. That was pretty cool. 119 guest room, luxurious co-theme. Rooms feature a blend of streamlined Art Deco furniture, unique maritime artwork. And okay, standard modern amenities, large, comfortable beds, Egyptian cotton linens. I remember my grandma was at the New Orleans Museum when the King Tut exhibit came, so the Egyptian stuff is interesting. Flat screen TVs with a dedicated Titanic channel, free Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and tea coffee making facilities. That's cool. Now, I've heard that some people in the UK don't use air conditioning. Do y'all in the UK use air conditioning? Because I know my uncle does. Yeah, yes, indeed, Becky. Yeah. Bathrooms. Spacious private bathrooms include high-pressure drench showers, high-end toiletries like ASSV products, and geometric floor tiles. Views. Some rooms offer views of historic slipways, the iconic yellow Harland and Wolff one. Cranes. Dining in public areas. The Wolf Grill, a fine dining restaurant offering an award-winning menu of locally sourced ingredients and elegant or surrounding with ocean liner memorabilia. Drawing office 2 bar, an iconic glamorous bar located in one of the former drawing offices, known for its extensive cocktail menu, historic atmosphere. Afternoon tea served in elegant Harlan bar. Drawing office 2, providing a sophisticated experience. Meeting and event facilities, various meetings and function rooms are available for events from intimate gatherings and heritage offices to large events and drawing offices. All right, Becky says sometimes summer we would use air conditioning, but we don't have built-in air conditioning. We buy electric fans or leave the door open. Oh, okay, okay. Where because in the United States it's very hot here. Nice bedrooms, food, and really cool. Elaine said we don't need air conditioning here. We need hot water bottles, heaters, fires, electric blankets. Okay, so y'all need that more than that in itself. Becky says, yes, my electric blanket is on right now. Nice. Yeah, one thing I think is cool, Elaine, is the wood burning stove you have for winter. That is a very cool concept. I like that. I'll explain. So, we are used to, like, of course you know this, but we have mostly electrical things, and back in the 50s and stuff, people had gas heaters, and then, like, before that, maybe in the 40s and 30s, they had the stoves, for heating a house. So it's cool that you still use that. And I was saying earlier, it's probably cozy and keeps the house warm. I have an electrical one with like a picture, like a video of flames on a screen. And y'all call them log burners. Log burners are great. I could sit in front of one all night. Ah, okay. That's cool. And Elaine says, my log burner is used all year round. I'm in Scotland, and we have one day of summer. I'm sure your summer is probably like my winter. Now, Elaine, is most of the year cloudy and misty, or is there a lot of sunshine? Not a lot of sunshine, but is there sunshine sometimes, or is it always misty? I love open fire to sit next to. Oh, yes, Max. Okay, I love. Yeah, open fire. Yeah, I. The thing about a natural fire is it does have a historical. Besides historical significance, I'm sure like you could probably feel the difference between an electrical one and the a fire itself. You know, so yeah, because people for hundreds of years were using fires and they went electric, and they will also use gas too. There's gas stoves are used now. There's electrical stoves now. By the way, there's like a looks like a flat surface, and you can put a food on there, and it's electric. But then there's gas. Some people think the electrical ones are more safe. And Becky says we do get sunshine. It can get quite warm in summertime, but mostly rain and cold. Okay. Elaine said we get some good weather usually in July and August, but our weather is unpredictable, especially in the highlands. Ah, okay. Okay, thank you. My granny came from the country and she cooked on open fire. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now, only thing I could compare that to is a like a grilling food on a char grill. That's what we do. Like a I they'll have like events like Fourth of July, right? And in America, and they celebrate the independence from England, and they'll get coal or wood, and they'll grill something. That's the only thing I could compare it to, but I've not had food in the served in the sense that you're talking about, but only the more modern methods of it. Interesting. Elaine said, when we swim in our beaches and rivers in the summers, we pretend to enjoy it between not trying to die in hypothermia. Right. And if the highlands, especially, the mountains are so interesting. So to show it on the screen for everybody to look at is, let's see. Right, in Scotland. Right, that's a scene from the Highlands. Right, Becky says she cooked on fire, an open Irish fire, the soda bread freshly cooked on the griddle on the fire. Best thing ever. That sounds delicious. I'm glad that you got to experience that. Okay. Now, I'm sure everyone has different ways of making breads, which is really cool. And it can come out all kinds of different ways. That's something cool about it. See, and nice and fresh, right from right from the source. I've not heard of soda bread before. And the Highlands are gorgeous, beautiful views, and sounds ace. I miss my gran. Yeah, she said cook from the county, not country, county. Yeah, that's really cool. You got to experience that. All right, so yeah, that's some scenes from it. I said the mountains are very interesting. I like the different ones, pointing out the ground. And then this one. We'll do that right now. Oh, look, there's a yak. I'm scared. That is some green land right there. Nice and green. Scared. All right. And yeah, right here we have the green. Nice. I love that right there. It looks like a crop circle. That's I like in the sun. Sunset. And oh, that's a nice mountain. Wow. All right, the rivers and the waterfalls are beautiful there. Let's look at that one. Wow, that is really beautiful right there. Really beautiful indeed. And the Harris Beach, Scotland is also beautiful. You can tell I love my country. Yes. I love your country too. It's a country of some of my ancestors came from here. From Scotland. I see where the Highlands are located. Yeah, and yeah, I know where the Highlands are located. I know what that is. It's the northern part. All right. Becky says it's 2:30 a.m. here. Gonna go and see if I can sleep now. Take care and see you all in the trial chat. Okay, Becky. Thank you for hanging out with us, and good night. Thank you for being here. Okay. The water is really nice and green looking. It is truly enchanting. Truly enchanting. You're always up this time of night. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, thank you, Becky, too. All right, now let's see. It said that's very beautiful. I like the darkness. It reminds you of the I know this is Scotland. I know the Vikings went to Scotland, but it reminds you of the Vikings. You know, the Viking lands. The fairy pools. Wow. Let's see where this is from. Yeah, fairy pool islands. Okay. We'll look that up right now. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that is so neat. It's like on the side, and all the water is streaming that way. Towards it's like kind of at an angle. I like that. That's nice. Very pretty. Yeah, and you have this, and you have all the trees surrounding it. That's, oh, yeah, I like the mist of the waterfall. That's nice. That is a great site. Okay, that's cool. That it's a nice region. Those trees, although it's probably not sunny a lot of the year, that is a nice scene with the water, and this is a cool fall. And this looks like Japan almost. I like that. All right. Now let's see houses. All right, see the kind of houses they have. Looks like the houses look regular. Some of them have a tradition to them. And some of them, that's pretty cool. Yeah, people used to live in these type of houses. All right. Okay. Oh, that bridge is bouncy as fuck. Wow. Okay. I'd imagine. I'd imagine it would probably be very tedious. Indeed. Scared. Yeah, it's like a scared situation. I'm sure it's probably anxiety inducing. Okay. And down here. This is another view of it for the water. Oh, okay, Elaine. Okay. Yeah, my uncle's house is real. Let's see, it's bricked and plain looking. I've heard like some of the houses over there are like that. Oh, hello, Doe. Good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you here. All right, and oh, that waterfall looks like a trip. It's like a very trippy. It's almost like a dream. Yeah, good evening. And Doe, I hope you're having a nice day. Had a good weekend. Hope everything's going well with you. All right. And then that waterfall looks like it's trippy. Like it looks like red, and there's like a swirl, and then whiteness. Elaine said, "I live in the wee cul-de-sac, only 13 houses." Oh, it's a not really populated. Interesting. Okay. And Doe said, I hope that you are too, alien." I am, thank you. Yeah, I had a good weekend. I got some stuff done, and had a good stream last night, and glad to be here with everybody. Okay. The cooler weather just arrived. And those are some nice rocks. And oh, that's an interesting passageway. That looks similar to where Merlin and the wizard was in. Something like that. Oh, that's Rogi Falls. That's really trippy. It looks like a stairway. I could see this enchanted land of fairies. Indeed. Aileen, how are you? And here, get that there. And let's see some animals of Highlands. Well, these are some of the animals of the Highlands. Oh, thank you, Elaine. I'm glad that we helped keep you sane. Yes. Okay. We got some of these. Oh, thank you, Doe. Thank you, Doe, for the comment. All right. This dude right here in the screen, yeah, he's just glad to be on camera. Oh, thank you, Elaine. I appreciate it. So, yeah, you got all these critters here just chilling. This is in the Highlands, type of animals they have there. Oh, look at this goat. It's a mountain goat. Yeah, those mountain goats can really are very skilled at climbing mountains. Oh, look, it's a cat. Some sort of a that looks like a interesting looking cat. Nice. Looks more like a wild cat, but it probably isn't a wild cat. Well, it definitely has more fur. Yeah, that looks very close to a domesticated one, but it is more, a little bit different. Okay, and those are the yaks. Okay, the wild cat. Oh, look at this bird. He's got like a cool little red hat on. He's just chilling. Well, that is Ethiopia. Right, right. Yeah, it's a big cat that looks similar to a cat that we usually would have here. Let's see. That cat means business. That's a lynx. Let's see. Scottish wildcats prefer to live in the woodland edge and the margins of the mountains and moorlands. With rough grazing, they generally avoid high mountain areas, exposed coasts, and intensively farmed lowlands. Like most cat species, wildcats are solitary except when breeding. All right, let's see. I want some more about this wildcat right here. Okay, my family had a farm when I was growing up. Arkamore Farm. Oh, cool. I love farming. I knew people. There's someone I know in Georgia that is a farmer. She has Scottish ancestry. She's part Scottish. The I learned farming from her. The the farms really cool, and I would imagine they would do a lot of farming up there. That's nice. Let's see. Also, Highland, Scotland. Well, I guess yaks are at farms. I guess that's a thing at the farm. Oh, your family still owns the farm. Your uncle has it. That's cool. That's cool. All right, and that I'm sure that they make very good food from it. Okay, thanks. Let's put this here. Okay, and oh, that's sheep. Okay, I've gotten sheep and goats mixed up before. Shared shredded sheep. Oh, okay, Elaine. They have cows and sheep. Okay. All right, so sheared sheep. Okay, those sheep can have lots of. Wow. Wow. Hello, mermaid. Good evening to you, my friend. All right. So, mermaid said, "Tonight's going slow. Try not to drink. I left after it got wild here yesterday. Yeah, yeah. Last night got unhinged. Shout out the chat. Yeah. So, shredded sheep look a bit like goats. I one time Peach had a goat. I thought it was a goat, but it was actually a sheep. They look so similar. Or you're cutting your video short. Okay. Well, mermaid Elaine's from Scotland, and we were watching some of Baker, and now we are watching this situation with the Scottish critters. Right. Right. Okay, and going here. Yes. Yes, Mermaid, that is true. Yes, indeed. Spill the goose. What the f happened here last night? All right. Okay, let's get into this. So what happened last night was Judy was. Oh, I've been listening. Thank you all for being here. Oh, you're welcome, Lori. Welcome, Lori. All right. So last night there was a chat was going cool, and we were playing some games. Chat was having a fun time with the regulars, and Judy seemed a bit kind of triggered at Sauce, and was kind of attacking him. And then we were playing a game where there were some farting sound effects that Joyce found online that she wanted us to react to, where there's like a try not to laugh, because the noises were just like funny noises, not really like farting. There's like kind of funny noises and try not to laugh challenge, and they were thinking, Judy may have not been interested in the game, so we're thinking it was probably a chat. We're thinking, oh, I guess it was good that she wasn't there, because she probably would have been irritated by it. And then she said, oh, why would I be irritated by it? She was lurking the whole time. And then they got into this brawl, and it said Sauce is cool people, and wasn't doing anything wrong. And then Judy was fighting them back, and they're trying to get her to calm down. Nobody was talking bad about her. Anything anybody said made her upset. So that is what occurred last night. And Mermaid said, also Sauce and Alien were being really encouraging to me, and she said something about Sauce sucks. He was being very kind because I was feeling down. He is a gentleman. He really is, and he sticks up for people in the chats. He's a very cool guy. And yeah, we were giving her encouragement and helping Miranda feel better. And yeah, Judy just went off on her. Went off on Sauce. It's not nice. And also, she was not nice to Moki and the other ones. They're the regulars. They are. This whole channel was completely dedicated to the trial chat, and they really brought this channel to new heights that were never thought of before, along with all of you too that are here that may not be from the trial chat. Y'all too, like Pool, Mermaid, and Lori as well from another group, but they still contributed to this great renaissance of the spaceship. So yeah, I don't know what Judy's problem was, but I'm not tolerating people not disrespecting the chat like that. Yeah, someone got paranoid and went mad, and everyone else was cool. Yeah, basically, that's what happened. Basically, yeah. A few people were kind of use folks and spam on here. I've seen it. They sneak diss and try to low-key insults when I'm at... Yeah. I have no idea. Some people in chats have a mental illness, and they're undiagnosed. It's very serious. Yeah. Yeah, I like the way you worded it. It was funny. Alright, said, I have no idea, because sadly other people have done it in other chats, and they kind of say mean things, thinking we all will ignore them. It's what I got. Yeah, Mermaid, a lot of times I've seen people, they'll, say something stupid and think they get away with it, but they don't. Yeah, it always is cringe when people do that. Thank you, Lori. And Lori says, yes, I was shocked and confused why she was being that way. Right. And I don't know. Elaine said, "This is a safe space for me, LO," and Moki is a darling lover. Oh, I love Moki very much. Yeah, she is a doll indeed, sweetheart. And yeah, Moki's done a lot with evangelizing my channel and telling people about it. Mad respect for her, and all the other ones too. You know, so that's what I always. It's always a pleasure doing everything I can for them. Yeah. Mermaid said, Elaine, oh, me too. I act. Everyone usually gets it, but I don't hate anyone here. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what happened, and I had to take away the Judy's wrench because I'm not. Sometimes people could get out of hand and they just stop talking, or they block people, and they just end it, right? But this one just kept going and going, and I'm like, we're taking away the wrench, which means that they can do what they want with the person if they want to block them out or not, because the wrench thing is a privilege. It gives the user lots of power and control over what they're saying, over different things. There's all kinds of stuff as y'all as mods together. And if somebody doesn't want to be wants to be a Timu, they could just have their wrench taken away. But it doesn't mean they'll always have it taken away. It just and other times they don't need to have it taken away, and they just stop talking and calm down. So it depends on the situation. But Judy, Judy's fine. I mean, not in this situation, but usually she's all right. But recently, there's been some behavior. I mean, Judy was on the show with us on Halloween when Moki came on the camera. Rita did, Sauce did, Abs did. A bunch of people came on the show with us. I was like, wow. Everybody was just coming on the stream with me on Halloween, and Judy made some cute hat, and she was just having a good time. I don't really understand what the problem is. So, yeah. Lori said, I feel like it's a responsibility to have a wrench. Much respect. Oh, I'm glad that you like it, Lori. You're welcome. And Mermaid said, people just say mean stuff or they're dumb in general, and I'm like you want a problem, LO, yeah. And other thing and all the ladies are Aliens Angels, all the ladies on the channel, and the ones that I know on other streams. But, Moki and Aaron, for instance, put the name in their username. That was really a big deal for me. I like that a lot. That they wanted to also. G did too. I liked how they put the name in there. No one has to do that, but that was an honor for them to put that in there. And no one has ever done that for me before. So the YouTube innovation is really a new thing for me. A lot of people like the channel and like what I do. Now there's of course people that don't always agree with me. There's people, but most people like the channel and what I do. All right, and anyway, beautiful folks, Lori Mermaid Alien. I'm off to bed 3 a.m. here. Love you and leave you all. Okay, Elaine, it was a nice night of chilling with you, and thank you for staying up with us. See you on the trial chats tomorrow. All right. All right, Mermaid said, and people just say mean stuff or they're dumb in general, and I'm like, hey, you want a problem? Yeah, it's like people, Mermaid, people do that where they want a reaction and they feel like they're getting some sort of validation of some kind, and it doesn't really work, of course, because they get roasted, and messing with you is messing with the wrong one, or me or the other ones. It's just they feel bad about themselves. Like when they bully people, they want to put other people down to make themselves look bigger, and they want a reaction, and they want some sort of revenge on society. And yeah, that is basically the reasons why they do that. Because everybody could just get along and have a good time, but not everybody wants to do that. So that is a goat. I mean, that's a sheep that looks like a goat. Any attention is good to them, but I give them ultimate attention. I'm the wrong one. Right. Yeah, well, also, Mermaid, you're defending yourself and you're standing your ground. That's a good thing. That a lot of these people that want to take advantage of the situation, that it's good that you defend yourself and stand up for yourself, because you're also standing up to a bully. And when you stand up to a bully, it shows them that you are a force to reckon with. So it's also a good thing in a way. Oh, I do too, Mermaid. I do too. There's a lot of these people that do that stuff are hurting. And they feel bad and lack confidence. So yeah, I do agree with you that they're hurting in some way that causes them to lash out in that sense. They're not confident like you and I are. You know, because and it'll be entertaining too. Like, it'll be entertaining about some of the stuff that they say. That's another thing. And like Moki likes to play around with them, like in the sense that like if they try to tell her something stupid, she'll tell them something stupid, like to mess with them, and it's really funny to. She gets entertainment from them, but there's a mean troll though that aren't good for anybody, and that is something else. You know, a difference between a mean troll and somebody that's just being silly in a chat and then saying something silly back. You know, that there's different variations of them. Moki's very brilliant how she deals with them. Also, I was in a class years ago called Women in Transition, and we learned that people sometimes try to dump their slugs on others so they don't have to deal with it. Yeah, it's a projecting. Hey, Sauce, good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Alright, and Ernie said, Lori, oh yeah, they love to make others feel bad on what they feel bad about. It's all delusions. Yeah, that's very true. Yes, it does make sense. I get it. Slugs in the case is unhealed stuff that we've packed around like slug bucket for years ago. Yeah, the slug bucket. I know what you're talking about. A lot of it's projecting, like they feel about that about themselves, and they project it on other people. Yeah, and Sauce, tonight the chat so far has been going smooth. And this is, yeah, so that is the goats. Okay, let's see. Mermaid said, that's so true about projecting. What I hate the most is when people project on you and then they're like, you're projecting onto me like what you started the projection. That's, yeah, gaslighting too. It's a manipulation tactic where they don't want to take accountability for what they're doing, so they put it on others. Get in some more detail here. Let's see about this. Sorry, here. Yeah, the gaslighting is awful. The, the internet trolls often project their own insecurities and self dislike onto others as a psychological defense mechanism. This behavior is motivated by personal frustrations and need for external validation or power, all of which are exacerbated by the relative anomaly on the internet. Key psychological motives. Psychological projection. Trolls may have traits of desire such as inadequacy, anger, or jealousy that are difficult to acknowledge in themselves. Rather than confronting these uncomfortable emotions, they unconsciously cast or attribute them to others. Attacking others about these perceived flaws help them feel better about themselves and preserves their self-esteem. Low self-esteem and security. Many trolls are at their core deeply insecure by bringing others down, especially those they perceive as successful or happy. They attempt to elevate their own sense of self-worth or feel a false sense of superiority. Yeah, stalkers have strange delusions and fantasies. That's true. Need for attention and validation. Trolls often lack real life stimulation and seek a fix through online interactions. The emotional reactions, anger, frustrations they provoke give them a sense of importance and power, even if the attention is negative. Any reaction feeds their need for validation, temporarily fixing a void in their own lives. Anomaly and online disinhibition effect. The lack of accountability and physical distance provided by online platforms allows individuals to express behavior they would not in person. This anomaly lowers their inhibitions and makes it easier to discard social norms and environmental impact in their words on others. Lack of empathy. The trolls typically score low on effective empathy, ability to share another's emotional experience, make it easier for them to cause distress without feeling guilt or remorse. They often possess high cognitive empathy, meaning they understand what hurts people but simply do not care. Boredom and amusement. For some, trolling is simply a form of entertainment or a thrill seeking activity where they derive pleasure sadistically from causing pain and chaos online communities. Stuff and said gross stuff about me. Stalkers believe you're better than them, which is why they have evil fantasies about you in their brain. It's so weird and can involve S. And my stalker, who's a girl, does. She sent me disturbing stuff and said gross stuff about me to me. And Mermaid, I have been through things like that. I know how you exactly what you're going through, and you, I say it's absolutely disturbing what this one person, this female, did to you. Just know that they're not talking about anybody but you. Yes, stalking is also a thrill-seeking drug for them. Yes. And I will say this, is that you make a difference very you are a very beautiful person. You are very funny and great in chats, and also on social media, other places, you say lots of truth and lots of important things on about different topics online, which you do great at. You're a very good influencer. So, and people are going to admire you, and there's going to be, because you're such an influential person, a con to this is that, yeah, you're going to have people that are like that. And while having people like this is a con, the pro about it is that you're going to have a great impact influence. Because remember, all that energy, they're putting all that energy onto you. And you could absorb it and say that and use it for what you have to do. So they're not, no one's talking, let this sink in. No one is talking about them. No one's talking them. But they'll do it to you because you are amazing. So, but it's very creepy and disturbing at the same time. And you also have a story to tell where other ladies may not. Some people just have a boring life and no one's interested in hearing what they have to say, and they're just going with the flow. But you have a story to tell. But it's very wrong and evil what the person's doing. And I'm sure it's extremely just a terrifying thing to experience. Because I know what you're talking about. Definitely. It happens to the influencers, for sure. It's so weird. How can someone think that way about someone, but I don't know, they're out of control. Mermaid said, thank you. I'm pretty sure part of those traits probably got me a big hate group before the popular videos or influence. Right. And you in the chat rooms, you say a lot of said great opinions about things, even in the chats on social media. You have a strong voice, and that's going to happen. And as the saying goes, you don't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies. So it is a con about it, and I do too, Mermaid. There's folks that aren't big fans of me and stuff like that. There's people that are what you would call on the internet against me too. There's stalkers and stuff that with me as well. So I completely, you're not alone. All right. And Mermaid said, "I'll share some creepy. I think has voodoo doll of me, and I woke up with bruises everywhere the other day. It's weird." Okay. And I remember you were mentioning before about the voodoo doll, and yeah, this person just has. Remember, God will protect you, and God will keep you safe and alive. And if He allows things to happen, He has a plan in the long term to deliver you from this, just as He delivered the Israelites from Egypt, and He's helped many prophets and saints and stuff from persecution, and blessed them with great victory. So, in the long term, there will be goodness for you. But yeah, it's certainly like Job, for instance, Mermaid, in the scripture, Job went through a lot of evil things, and God allowed him to go through that. But in the end, he had victory over the enemy, over Satan, and he was given double for trouble. He lost everything. He got sick. Everybody left him. But he kept faith in God. And by doing that, God gave him double for his trouble. And Mermaid said, "Thanks. I take this advice from you and other people. Hopefully one day I'll have my break." Yes. Amen. And Mermaid, another thing is you are built. You know how, like, say when people exercise and they work out, when they do that, they will get stronger with the hardships. When you break a muscle down to build it back up. And that is what happens with you. You are building endurance, perseverance, and look how far you made it. You made it to tonight. All those struggles you've been through before, all that struggle you've been through before, you made it through, all the way here. And that just shows what a strong person you are. So I believe God is the greatest of all planners, and yeah, your well-deserved break will come in time. And God, I feel, has given you the grace to endure and go through this because you're still with us now. Right. I've kind of met one person who said weird stuff about, you remember it was some guy with YouTube channel. I don't know, and his name. Yeah. People tried to recruit me over his channel, and I couldn't understand where he was coming from. Or saying he's lucky I didn't cuss at him or out because I'm not the type. That's very true, very true. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And it's basically the person in question. When they were here, they wanted to make a channel, and my old friend Amanda, who used to be she's my friend. I just haven't talked to her in a couple of months. She were here one night, and this is a person I knew from another stream that I knew somewhere else, and they wanted me to help them create a channel, and I want everybody to make a channel, and I think that's very important for people to do. And I was going to be with the person every step of the way, and we were at the beginning things seemed all right, and I was glad to do that. And over time, it seemed where there's some people that, I don't know, thought I had too many mods. There's, this person said this or that, or they didn't like this group, like the trial chats, whatever. And then it seemed if there was any problems, people could tell me directly, but instead I feel people took a competitive approach and started to take personal attacks at me. And I just have boundaries and don't want to be around people that are like that, and I want A players, not B players. So yeah, I had to cut people off and continue with the spaceship. Miranda said, was so confusing when it happened. I was like, who the F is this? Yeah. Thanks, prayers. Life is good now, better than it's ever been. Oh, I'm glad to hear about that. Yeah. So yeah, and the person put me down and was saying I looked sad in my streams and I didn't have any comebacks, and just putting me down constantly. And it's like, it's a sad situation about that. I never, if I have a certain look to me, I have a certain look to me, but I'm not sad. And sometimes, and you've seen me have comebacks before. Sometimes I don't say a comeback. I just block you off the chat. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. And the mod systems work pretty great here. And Mermaid says, your channel, I don't know how they feel or want to criticize this channel. Had absolutely no entertainment or socialization. It was just toys. I don't care, how they feel. Right. And this person also was allegedly trying to stalk me too, by the way. Just like what you went through. Trying to stalk me. But they would prefer to do their own live streams and not, they want to come scared. They want to come down here and talk to me. It was just some person I knew in the past. But the person was just trying to look all scary, but it had no effect on me personally. But yeah, that situation, I have nothing against the person. I wish them the best, and I set my boundaries and wanted to break away from that situation. Yeah, and don't throw your pearls before swine like I have. Yeah, amen. And they tried to recruit me, and I was like, hell no. Oh yeah, I heard about that. And one of the people was trying to get you there, and then somebody that said a lot of stuff about us to the person was like, why is she went off on me, and it's like, and I have no problem with people hanging out and having channels, but I understand you wouldn't want to be around someone that was like that. Indeed. Yeah, don't patch pearls before swine. And yeah, and Mermaid said, yeah, this person even tried to recruit me. Yeah, I understand. You saw the red flags, right? It's like, as one of the other people we have on the spaceship was saying, why interested in someone that's 30 years older than you, about the criticisms and stuff. It's like, why be criticizing everything I'm doing. It's like there's a 30-year age gap. It's what the problem is. And then say, for instance, there's somebody that's like, this channel has lots of mods, and I don't have mods so you don't have to get blocked, or I'm against this and thing, and over there it's better. So it's more a competition thing. So yeah, I just person was like how, oh, when the people leave this place to go over there, that's when I'll know the truth about them. I'm like, this is a little bit creepy. It's like people go where they want to, but I don't know what the hatred towards me would be. And yeah, Lori, scared. That person even tried. You saw the red flags, yeah. And it's like, then the person was like saying that they had. I think I saw later they may have had like a narcissistic parent, and they have they could have a bad personality. There's an angel wing and a devil wing. I knew that. Yeah, and I thought the person had some suspicions about him, but I thought everybody should have a channel, and the dots will connect in the future. And I've helped many content creators create their channels, so it was just something that I do. But I wish person the best, and I just want to separate myself and the channel from a toxic situation that I believe so. Yeah, thank you, Mermaid, for sticking up for me and everybody else. I appreciate everybody very much. All right. And may God bless and help all people with their personal issues. All right. But yeah, Mermaid, there's a lot of people out there that are haters online. Definitely. And a lot of messed up people out there that have to be, stay away from. Indeed. Right. Right. It's super true. Super true. And the person was not a believer, by the way. So, when you're not believing, it's, kinds of demons can get into a person. Alright. Oh, hello, Moki. Good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. And there was this, we were watching Baker a little bit earlier, Moki, but I'll play more of it for you right here. And and earlier we had Elaine, and she was talking about some stuff. We're talking out different things. So, yeah. And Moki, the chat has been calm, not like yesterday. All right, good riddance indeed, yes. So, alright, the winds are blowing. Alright, so I'm going to do now is I'm going to play for you all this more Baker. Yes, amen, Lori. Yes. Amen to that. Yes. All right, now we're going to play some more of Robert Baker. And as I promised you, yeah, not like yesterday. Alright. Okay, so we're going to play Robert Baker right now. I'll play more of it.
But
Period.
you're talking about a conversation that happened in the parking lot, right?
No, there's no conversation in the parking lot. This is earlier during the day of the information there.
Okay. You see right here where it says we met briefly at the Target Park, and then on the next line, Inglaw.
That's what I wrote, but it doesn't mean we met and talked.
I see.
It doesn't say any of that.
So you met at the Target parking lot, but you did not speak, right?
No need to.
No need to speak.
No.
You just get together and be silent.
There was no get together.
Got it. So you wrote this, right?
I wrote the whole thing.
Okay. And then you said all that you got from her was everyone was out running errands or school, right? And that she was going to go buy groceries or something, right?
Well, apparently this is all fictitious, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Objection, move to strike.
Stricken.
Non-responsive. That's what you wrote here, right?
I did write that.
And then on the next day, the next page, you said you're short your chat was very short, so it sounds like there was a conversation, right? Sounded like no one home, right?
That's what's written on the paper.
Or that nobody would be home for an hour or two, right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you said you went to the house, right?
That's what I wrote on the paper. I wrote the entire thing.
Okay. And you said there were no cars in the driveway. As expected, no one seemed there, right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you said there was a guy with you to drop off the package, right? The gift and the card. You needed a guy to come with you to drop this off, right?
That's what was written.
And the guy with you was more nervous than you were, right?
That was what's written on that paper.
And then you wrote, it made everything seem slow. You testified in this case that everything seemed to go really fast, right? When you were at the house committing the crime.
I testified to that.
And then you said, that you somehow got into the house, right? And you said you approached her bed and put the envelope with the jewelry carefully under her pillow, right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you said, my other set of eyes apparently heard something. When you say your other set of eyes, what are you referring to here?
It's my make-believe set of eyes at the time.
You're a second person, right?
It just has nothing to do with what happened, because it's obviously the same thing.
Objection, move to strike, non-responsive.
Stricken.
Again, when you say the other set of eyes apparently heard something, you're referring to the second person that you brought with you.
I'm not referring to anything except this letter.
Just before that, you said that the guy with you was more nervous than you, and it made you nervous, right?
That's what I wrote here.
And then you said, eventually inside, I cautiously approached, and your other set of eyes apparently heard something. So you're referring to the other person that you're with, right?
Whatever I wrote on this paper is what I wrote.
Okay. And then you said that you were placing the envelope and you left your line of sight to see if anybody was coming. The other person did, I guess. Correct? And you lost sight of him, meaning the person with you.
This is the letter I wrote.
Okay. And then you said, I wasn't leaving without him and I was ready to leave. I carefully went to the back to find him. I heard a TV outside. No one in the back. TV was on. It went bad from there. Right?
That's what I wrote.
Then you said, all I remember is going down numb. I knew I'd been hit hard by something. Right? That's what you wrote.
I did write that.
So in this story, without actually saying what happened, you are basically telling Monica that Fabio was to blame for his own murder, right?
Yes.
And you said you remember being down and the odd sensation of first not hearing. So you actually go into detail here, right? Right?
I wrote this letter.
And you said I sort of blanked out, kind of like you told the jury that you did in the murder, right?
This is what I wrote.
Okay? With fear, panic, and your last thought was, I'm going to be killed. Right?
That's what I wrote.
So you grabbed what you could to defend yourself. In other words, you acted in self-defense in Fabio Sementili's home. Right?
What you see here before you, I wrote.
And that you let instinct take over, right? You weren't responsible for what you did it instinctually, right?
Whatever you see in this letter, I wrote.
Okay? And then you said you had been struck with something from behind, only catching a glimpse as I was down. So you never even say what you saw, right?
I wrote this letter.
And you said a guy that was standing over you was coming closer. Right?
I wrote this letter.
And you said one asked to protect one's family and home. Right?
I did write this letter.
And then, the next thing you know, I heard the voice of the guy I went to look for. He was inaudible to me and panicked. So, your second set of eyes, right? The deliverer.
This letter I wrote.
And at this point, you said, when you woke up, you noticed you were in the kitchen, weak, tired, and shocked. Confused, right? Terrified. That's what you wrote.
That's
right?
what I wrote.
And you said you wanted to run, but you didn't know what to do, right?
I did write this letter.
And you said you didn't hear anybody behind you because of the TV, and it was a disaster, right?
I did write this letter.
And then you go on. Again, top of page 8, in detail, talking about your adrenaline, right? Realizing what had just happened. Right?
I did write this letter.
And that anyone could walk in. And the person who's with you is panicked and terrified and about to run. Right?
I did write this letter.
And then you wrote, I was a mental wreck. Correct?
I did write this letter.
Okay. And then, again, you went into this detailed explanation about what a disaster this was. Right?
I did write this letter.
And just like you told the jury, you decided to try and make it look like a home invasion. Right?
I did write this letter.
Okay. And so, again, just like you told the jury, you took anything that looked of value to make it appear a robbery. Any gifts, clothes that you had bought Monica, equipment that you gave her for the gym, anything, right?
I did write this letter.
And then you said you saw the plastic bag with the towels in the sink. Did you know that, we talked about this yesterday, that Delia Pacheco Rivera was there that day and that she thoroughly cleaned the house. Did you know that?
I don't even know who she is.
Did you know that there was, according to her, nothing in the sink when she left?
I wouldn't know that.
Well, you were there after, right? In reality. Like
A-
IRL. In
After.
blood.
Yeah, after. You mean
And
after she left?
You came after she left.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't know that then.
Well, your blood was all over the place, right?
Yes, yes. Well,
And then, I'm sorry, do you have a question?
no,
about
no,
something?
you said all over the place. I'm sure my blood was someplace, but I didn't know it was all over.
Really, because you told us the one thing your attorney did go over with you when you kept denying to him that you were responsible for this crime was the DNA. That he went over the DNA results with you. Remember testifying to that on direct?
I never denied. I only asked to see evidence.
Objection,
I never
just right,
denied.
non-responsive.
Stricken.
Again, do you remember testifying to that on direct, that your lawyer went over with you the DNA results?
Eventually, yes.
So you knew that your blood was all over the house, right?
I knew there was blood in the house.
And you talked to Monica about it in the overhears, right? You talked about your blood being in the kitchen. Remember that?
No.
Talked about your blood being in the garage. Remember that?
I don't remember the conversation.
Talked about your blood being in the master bedroom, right?
That one I didn't know.
And so you said that you took the plastic bag with the towels in the sink, right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you were in a daze and you didn't know what you were doing, right? Kind of like you told us.
That's what I wrote in the letter.
And then you go back to the mental chaos, right?
That's what I wrote.
How you calmed yourself down so that you could get out of the house without running into anybody, right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you went into the sorrow and your pain and your sadness and all of those things, right?
That's what I wrote.
Yeah. And you said you could barely keep it together, right?
I did write this letter.
And you said that there was no way you could describe your inner pandemonium, right?
I wrote the letter.
Okay. And you talked about trying to be your best, your usual self, right?
I wrote this letter.
And on the next page, you talked about going to the gym, right? And getting people, just as you talked about here, to go with you over to Monica's house, right?
I wrote this letter, yeah.
And you went on about your interactions with various people in some detail, right?
Can we go back a little bit ahead of that? A little further ahead of that? I'm trying to remember all this. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And you said you went into the house with people from the league, right?
I wrote that.
And you said you almost totally broke down, right?
I wrote this, yes, I wrote it.
Yeah. And you go on and on about you, yourself, right? Correct?
I wrote, yeah, I wrote that.
And again, on the next page, the back of the next page, you're again talking about yourself and your inner turmoil, right?
I wrote that.
And that eventually you got to feeling better, right?
I wrote that.
again, you went on about your inner turmoil, and eventually you picked a place for you and Monica to get together, right? A busy place, and you said you met in a car, right?
That's what I wrote.
And you thought about telling her what had happened just because you tried to give her a present that she knew nothing about, right?
That's what I wrote.
And then you said, when you saw her, the beauty and the grief popped out, right?
That's what I wrote.
Okay. And then you went on about how you were trying to keep it together, right? Again, all about you, right?
All about me. I wrote it. It's all about me. I wrote it.
And you talked about cheering her up, right? Right?
Right. I wrote the letter.
And that you went from liking Monica very much to falling in love, right?
That's what I wrote.
Okay. And that you were happy, right?
I said, I came to be happy. There you go. Came to be happy.
That's Monica. You did.
So that's what I wrote.
Okay. And you talked about how the two of you went out, did things, and started enjoying your life, right?
That's what I wrote. I did write this.
And then you talked about seeking a lawyer, right? You talked about the police.
I wrote this whole letter, yes.
Okay. And that your panic episodes were becoming more rare, right?
I did write this letter. Yes, I did.
And you talked about that you were trying to cover up at your own peril, right? Based on your past run-ins and experiences with law enforcement.
I did write this
letter.
letter.
You talked about that the two of you discussed.
I did write this letter.
And you talked about your remorse, right?
I did write this letter.
And she said that she understood why you would be paranoid based on your past run-ins with law enforcement.
I did write this letter.
So right here in the letter, you're talking about the fact that Monica was aware, because you discussed it with her and your paranoia, and that she said she understood why, right?
That's what I wrote. I wrote this letter. I did write it.
And then you again go on trying to keep this story from her as long as you could, but at this point you just had to tell her, right?
I did write this letter.
And you talked about how people are looking to see if you have remorse, but you don't care what anybody thinks, right?
I did write this letter.
Okay. And so that's what you wrote to her, was this lengthy apology letter that you then gave to Mr. Levine and his investigator to give to Monica, and you told them that this was what had happened, right?
Which question was this now?
You gave them the letter,
I did give them the letter.
and you asked them to give it to Monica.
I did do that.
Right?
I did do that.
So you went into, as we saw, quite a bit of detail, right, in this letter, this apology letter.
I just wrote the letter.
So you're saying you did not?
I did write the letter.
And as we've just looked at, it's numerous pages long, right?
It is.
and you talked about the fact that you agreed that the letter was ridiculous, and I think you said it was trash. That was the word you used on direct, right?
Yes.
So in other words, this very long, detailed letter that you gave to the defense to give to Monica was full of lies.
Legally, it was trash.
Legally.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
legal term.
Yeah, I mean, it was not sworn to. It's just trash. Everything's
Got it.
trash without being
Just
sworn
trash.
to.
Okay. So what you asked them to give to Monica expressing your apology was basically pages and pages and pages of lies.
From a legal standpoint, yes.
I'm sorry?
From the legal standpoint, yes.
Did you go to law school at some point?
Never went to law school.
Oh. So you just, when you say from a legal standpoint, what is that based on?
Classes. I went to a couple of classes. Yeah. Went to a couple of classes.
Uh-huh. Where'd you take your classes?
At Central Texas College.
And so, did Monica's lawyer, Mr. Levine, tell you that your story sounded ridiculous?
No,
He didn't say that.
he didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
He just said he's going to have to turn it over to you,
Uh-huh.
which kind of surprised me.
And so, that was, as we said, your first interview. Which was August 7th, a month after you entered your plea, right?
I'm not sure of the dates.
And where did that particular interview take place?
In jail,
Which jail?
Los Angeles County.
Men's Central?
No,
Where?
it's called NCCF, I think.
Out in the Newhall area. Yes? North County Correctional Facility?
It's NCCF. Yeah, that's all I know.
Was your attorney present during this interview?
The
Mr.
first,
Simran?
the first one.
No, Mr. Simran,
No,
your
the-
lawyer.
Was he there for the first or second one or what?
Your Honor, I assume facts, not an evidence of that.
Overruled.
Was Mr. Simran present with you during this interview that you had with Mr. Levine and Mr. Dawson?
No, I don't think so.
And was it recorded?
As far as I know, no.
Never saw a transcript or anything like that.
Not that, no.
Your Honor, we were prohibited from recording.
Very good.
So, did at any point in time Mr. Levine talk to you about how they could come to the court and get an order so that they could record your interview, so there would be some documentation, some proof of a recording that they could later play for the jury? He ever mention that to you? No?
No.
And you didn't ask him to record it so that there would be proof of what you had said in the course of your interview with Mr. Levine for the jury, right?
No.
And so, after that date, did you then have yet another interview with Mr. Levine and Mr. Dawson?
I had a few of them, so I don't remember exactly how many and what dates. I don't have all that info in front of me.
Okay. Do you remember having an interview with Mr. Levine again and Mr. Dawson in custody on February 12th of 2024?
I don't remember the dates.
Okay. If I were to tell you that you had an interview on February 12th of 2024, does that refresh your recollection?
I don't remember the dates, but I remember having interviews.
How about February 8th? Did you have an interview on February 8th?
I do not remember the dates.
At any point in time, were you given a recording to review or a transcript from that February interview?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
There were I don't know what dates were when, but there were times where I was asked to listen to certain portions of something and asked, what does this mean? And I can't even remember what it was.
I'm not asking you about the fact that they played various items of evidence for you.
I don't know if it's
I'm
evidence or not.
asking you whether your interview at the beginning of February with Mr. Levine was recorded.
No, I don't remember ever being recorded.
Okay. At any point in time, were you provided with a report to review or notes regarding your February interviews?
I'm always looking at little stuff, but I don't remember specifically what it was.
Again, were you provided with any notes or report to review of your interviews that took place with Mr. Levine and his investigator?
I don't recall what kind of notes and paperwork it was, so I can't say exactly what it was.
Well, were you ever shown this report dated February 12th?
I've never seen this before.
Never seen it before.
No.
So you were never provided with this report that indicates that you were interviewed by Mr.
Your Honor,
Levine.
could we approach, please?
All right.
Again, you've never been shown this report before, correct?
This document? No, I've never seen this document.
You see here that it indicates, as you mentioned, that you were interviewed at
Your Honor, could
NCCF.
I ask who wrote on that report?
Your Honor, I don't object to counsel's
Counsel.
interruptions and statements in front of the jury.
You may not.
Against. Just as you said, you were interviewed at NCCF on 4 different days. Do you see that?
That's what it says.
We talked about August 7th being the date where you handed over the apology letter, right?
I see what it says here.
You were interviewed September 12th, right, of 2023.
I agree. That's on this paper.
December 6th of 2023.
That's what it says.
And February 8th of 2024, right?
That's what it says on this paper.
And here it indicates that on August 7th, that Mr. Levine and his investigator, Mr. Dawson, introduced themselves to you and that they had obtained permission from Mr. Simran to interview you, right? And you agreed to talk to them. I
did agree to talk to them.
And at that interview, you gave them the letter that I just went through with you, right?
I guess so, yeah.
And that you claimed you were going to mail it to Monica, right?
Yes, I do remember that.
And you said the reason for writing the letter, the multi-page letter, was so that Monica would understand why the murder happened and what happened, right?
Yes.
And you wrote the letter as an apology so that she would know there was no ill intent on your part, right?
That's what it says on the paper, yeah.
Well, that's what you told them, right? You're not saying they took down something that you didn't say.
Well, they shortened
your words,
they
right?
shortened it. They shortened it.
They shortened it.
Yeah, but that's
Oh.
the gist. That's the gist of it.
Okay. What did they shorten? What did they leave out? Since it wasn't recorded, I wouldn't know. So
No.
tell me what was left out.
I just let.
Sustained.
What was left out?
Motion to strike.
Comments of counsel is not stricken.
Again,
Yes.
what was left out? Tell us, please.
Well, again, verbatim, I don't have the exact verbiage locked in, so I don't know. But the idea was to let her know that it was basically, I did this because I love her.
You did it because you love her.
It was a roundabout way of doing it, yeah. That was the intent of the letter, but they just shortened the version for this report. I see.
Did the murder because you love her.
That's what I just said.
Okay. What else? When you said it was shortened, what else did you say?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple because I don't remember the exact verbiage, and that's it. I don't remember the exact verbiage. I don't.
And when you told Mr. Levine and his investigator that it was an apology because there was no ill intent on your part. You murdered Fabio Cementili. So when you say no ill intent, what is it that you said? Or were those not your words?
They just shortened it to a report. I see. That's what I can see right here.
Again,
Again, what?
move to strike, non-responsive.
Stricken.
You said to Mr. Levine and his investigator that the multi-page letter was meant as an apology, right?
That's what I said.
And that there was no ill intent on your part, correct?
That's what it says here.
Well, my question again is that what you told them?
I don't remember if I said it exactly like that.
If there was a recording, would that help you remember?
Objection, Your Honor, it's been asked and answered. There is no.
Sustained.
There's no recording. So this is all we have. So if you said,
I'm sorry?
Motion to strike, that's it.
Well, there's nothing to strike, but it is inappropriate.
again, if you said there was no ill intent on your part, is that what's written here? Or did you say something different than that?
I don't remember exactly verbatim what was said.
Do you remember saying something like that?
About the there was no ill intent.
Yes.
That was the gist of the letter.
The gist of the letter was that you had no intent.
I'm just answering your question.
Is that what you're saying?
That was the intent of the letter.
Counsel,
Did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that Monica was always going to deny your affair?
Early on, yes. She. Oh no, did I tell him that? I think I did.
And did you tell them it was because she didn't want to look bad in the eyes of her family?
I believe I said that.
And in
Okay, Moki. Good night to you. Thank you for coming.
the lockup, we also heard a conversation, actually a few conversations between you and Monica talking about that her family might disown her. Remember having that kind of a conversation?
Not really.
You don't remember that part.
No.
And then at that point, did you give a different story of what happened when you murdered Fabio Cementili?
I gave a different story on this one, on the letter, so yeah, it was a different story.
Okay, so that would be version 2, right?
I don't know what versions you're talking about, but
Well,
there's
the first
different
version
versions.
was the letter, right?
Okay.
So you gave them a second version, right?
I gave them a second version.
Second story, right?
Okay.
You remember that?
Not really, but I'm sure I did.
Okay. And you said that in your interview with Mr. Levine that your lawyer went over the DNA results with you, just like we talked about here, right?
Certain aspects of it, yes.
Okay. Well, he gave you the results,
What does that mean?
where your DNA was found in the house.
Okay, yes.
Do you remember that?
That part, yes.
Okay. And then did you express to Mr. Levine that your attorney didn't show you the bulk of the evidence?
Yes.
Did your
I have
attorney,
an objection. The first reference to the attorney is unclear.
again,
Okay, so it's vagueness.
Pardon?
It's vagueness.
Yes.
Sustained.
Did you tell?
Again, comments of counsel are not evidence. That is not to be stricken.
Did-
There is no answer.
Did you tell Mr. Levine that you had not seen the bulk of the evidence?
Yes.
Did your attorney, Mr. Simran, speak to you every time you came to court?
Speak to me?
Yes.
Like hello? Yes.
About the case.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Did you call him at his office on numerous occasions
Well, I've tried to call him many times.
to discuss the evidence?
I've tried to call him many times.
And did the two of you speak numerous times on the phone about the case?
Not numerous, not compared to the times I've answered.
Okay, so approximately how many times would you say you and your lawyer talked about the case, Mr.
Not-
Simran?
How many times? In 6 years. Not counting court appearances?
No, let's include those.
Really didn't talk much during court appearances.
How many times did you and your lawyer discuss the case?
I don't want to give an exact number because you'll hold me to it, but it wasn't a lot. It
Give
wasn't
me
a lot.
an estimate.
Estimates seems to make me a liar too, so it wasn't a lot though. It's probably. All right, I'm gonna try to answer this question. 6 times. Maybe. It feels like 20 times.
20 times. Could it be more than that?
It might be, but it feels like about 20.
Feels like.
Minus the court appearances. With the court appearances, you can add those to it too, but there was no real information exchanged.
No real information.
Not really.
Well, based on the no real information, you decided that you might as well enter a plea in this case because you believe that you would be convicted, correct?
Yes.
And when you took your plea in this case, when you entered your plea, you were asked whether or not you had reviewed the evidence in this case and gone over all of the evidence as well as your rights and privileges before you entered your plea, right?
That was asked of me.
And you said yes, right?
I did.
When we broke for lunch, we were talking about a series of interviews that you had with the defense on August 7th of 2023, September 12th of 2023, December 6th of 2023, and February 8th of 2024. Do you recall that?
Yes.
During these interviews, did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that prior to the murder you were at the house, the Cementilli home, several times, especially when Fabio was away on business?
Yes.
On February 8th, it appears that you were shown crime scene photos. Do you recall that?
I don't remember the date, but I remember seeing the photos.
So you were shown crime scene photos, correct?
A few of them.
Of only a few.
Yeah, a couple of them.
A couple now. Which is it? A couple or a few?
Maybe 2. I'm guessing.
2.
It wasn't that many.
So you weren't shown the full set.
I don't even know what a full set is.
Okay. But in your, in what you remember today, in your memory, it was a few or a couple, maybe 2 or 3. Is that what you've testified to here
Maybe
today?
maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Okay. And during that same interview on February 8th of 2024, did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that the letter that you wrote to Monica contained falsehoods?
I can't remember what day it was exactly, but I remember telling him that it was fault. It was a lot of inaccuracies and a lot of lies in it. I don't know what day it was.
Okay. Did you also tell them that on the day of the murder that you knew Fabio was going to be there alone?
I can't remember that.
During the February 8th interview, do you see here what says, I knew he was going to be there at the home alone during the February 8th interview?
Okay, I must have said it then.
Okay.
I just don't remember it.
And then do you also remember telling Mr. Levine and his investigator, I wanted him out of the way long term so we could be together?
I do remember saying that.
Okay.
Not on that date, I don't know, but I remember saying it to him.
Do you have any reason to suspect that that it wasn't that day?
I just don't remember what day it was.
Okay? And again, there's no recording, so there's no transcript, but I'm showing you
I'm sorry, I'll wait.
I'm showing you the report from that day to see if that alone refreshes your recollection as to when you made that statement to the defense.
I don't remember that date.
Your Honor, the first part of that, asked and answered several times, has become argumentative.
It's argumentative, just saying. Just in the first part. I'm not striking the answer.
Did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator during that February 8th interview that this was not a plan made well in advance?
If that's what it was said in there, yes.
Okay. And so that would also be a lie, correct?
That plan, not in advance, but plans in general, yes.
So again, that would be a lie when you told Mr. Levine and his investigator on February 8th that the plan to kill Fabio was not made well in advance.
That plan wasn't made well in advance.
So it's true, is what you're saying now.
I'm answering your question. That plan wasn't made in advance. There
Yet
were plans.
we talked about the fact that you made a plan such that you purchased a knife, right?
Yes.
Took it with you to Vegas,
Yes.
right? Made arrangements for Chris Austin to come with you,
Yes.
drove to Vegas,
Yes.
and discussed the plan.
It was just to see if he would go along with it, the Vegas plan.
But again, that was the same plan, right? You were going to kill Fabio Cementili using a knife, right? It's the same plan.
It was the same plan, but it was nothing concrete.
Okay. So when you told them that it was not a plan made well in advance, that would be false, because as we discussed and you told the jury, you did this way back in July of 2016, correct?
I did what? Make a plan?
Yes.
No, it wasn't the same plan. It was something different.
It was,
But-
again, a plan to kill Fabio Cementili that you hatched way back in the summer of 2016, correct?
It wasn't the same plan.
Okay. So you're saying that your statement to Mr. Levine and his investigator, this was not a plan made well in advance, is true. Is that your statement today to this jury?
Yes.
Okay. On February 8th, do you recall them showing you the video of the two joggers running toward the Cementili house?
I don't remember the date, but I remember them showing me the video of the joggers.
And did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you were on the video?
Yes.
Did you also tell Mr. Levine during this interview that the fact that you drove a rental car that day was just a fluke?
I don't remember every portion of the conversation. If he put it on there, I said it.
Okay. You would agree, I assume, today that that statement that you gave to the defense was also a lie, right?
Sure.
And then you also said on that February 8th interview that you lied about some of the details relating to the murder in the letter.
Say that again one more time.
You lied only about some of the details relating to the murder in the letter.
When I was talking to Levine and Company.
Levine and Company, right?
Yes.
So that means some of the things in the letter were true.
Some of them.
Okay. Did you also tell Mr. Levine and Company that you had provided a ridiculous explanation for some of the details, such as the birthday card story?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
And did you also tell them that the birthday card story was bullshit?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
Does that sound like something you would have said?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
Okay. Well, you have no reason to believe that they would fabricate what you told them, right?
No, they wouldn't.
Okay. And then you also told them that you didn't want Monica to find out that you had intentionally murdered Fabio. Do you remember that?
If it's in there, then I probably said it.
Okay. Probably or did?
I probably said it.
So it doesn't mean that you did, right?
I probably did say it. I probably did say it.
Okay. And then on December 6th, during yet another interview, did you tell Levine and Company that once it was clear that Fabio was dead, you went through the house removing anything that might tie you to the scene?
I probably did say that too.
And did you also tell them that one of the items that you removed from the house was the birthday card?
I may have. I just don't remember.
So did you leave a birthday card there when you went to kill Fabio that day?
No.
So that was another lie that you told on December 6th to Levine and Company, right?
Probably.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to Levine and Company. I wish we were incorporated.
I understand that, but I'm not going to order counsel to refer to you in any other way.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to order counsel to refer to Mr. Levine in any other way.
Okay. And did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you put the birthday card and the murder weapon into a pillowcase and took them along with the security VCR?
If that's what they said, I probably did.
What you probably did or what you did?
That's, what I said was probably what I said, but what I did, no.
So again, that would be yet another lie that you told them on December 6th, correct?
Yeah.
2023.
Yes?
And then you told them you dumped all the items into a trash dumpster not far from the Ralphs.
Correct.
Is that part true? Or again, is that yet another lie?
That was a lie.
That was also a lie.
Yes.
Okay. It appears that at no point during this interview did you ever mention gold coins or documents. True?
Correct.
Did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that if you saw the discovery, especially your texts and emails It would help you reconstruct a timeline.
If I said that or not? Is that what you're asking me? I don't remember if I said that or not.
You don't remember if you said that?
No, I don't remember saying that. Meaning I can't remember saying it.
Right.
I don't have that photographic memory like that.
I'm sorry?
I don't have that audio.
Your Honor, I would ask that the approach with the specific item that.
And that would be true. If you're going to try and refresh memory, it cannot be done like this.
Yeah, I'm
This
not
approach.
trying to refresh. I believe I'm impeaching based on the history of the last 3 days.
Well, Your Honor, I'm happy to have the entire.
Stop, both of you. You want to approach? You're going to approach.
Yeah.
Looking at item number 24. You see that on your screen there?
Yes.
Baker said if he saw the discovery, especially his texts and emails, it would help him reconstruct a timeline of the day of the murder. Remember that?
I'm trying to remember what context it was used in. Was it before or after? I didn't know how, because we had that discussion.
Move to strike, non-responsive.
I see it on the paper.
Do you remember saying this
I-
to Mr. Levine and his investigator?
I don't remember saying it, but I'm sure I did.
Okay.
I'd ask the whole number be introduced.
It's over.
Again, did you then also say that you never told your attorney what happened because you were waiting to see the discovery? Remember that?
Yes.
And that's because, again, as you've done here today numerous times, and the last several days since you've been testifying, you are attempting to construct a story around the evidence, correct?
Objection. That's argument.
Sustain.
You also told Mr. Levine that you thought you might not be convicted, right?
Early on, that's what I thought, yes.
Okay. During this interview, the same interview that you're asking to see the discovery.
Yes, early on, yes.
Early on in what?
Early on, before I you got me all over the place here. Before I pled out.
Before what?
Before I pled.
At the time that you pled, you realized that you would be convicted, and that was why you pled, correct?
That was a major part of it.
Did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you didn't want to go to trial? I finally realized the outcome.
If he said it, I mean, if it's in there, I said it.
Okay? And did you also tell them during the February 8th of 2024 interview that you went to the Cementili house that day to kill Fabio?
Yes.
Okay. Did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that Monica wasn't that happy in her marriage?
I think so.
You
I think so.
or you did?
No, I think so.
So you don't remember?
I don't remember every conversation on every particular day. I don't have all that information. I don't have nothing but a golf pencil and a piece of paper wherever I go.
Showing you this line here next to the number 31. Monica really wasn't that happy in her marriage. It's written there.
Okay.
So if it's written there, you said it, right?
I must have.
During the September 12th of 2023 and December 6th of 2023, did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that the second person who went with you to the Cementili house was Jaybird or Jalen?
Yes.
Did you also tell them during those two interviews that Jaybird or Jalen was someone you met playing basketball in the park?
Yes.
did you tell them that the park was not far from Roscoe and DeSoto at a nearby taco truck?
Yes. Yes.
Did you provide any other information other than the name Jaybird or Jalen and the fact that he played basketball in the park?
I don't remember offhand. I might have, but I don't remember all the details of the conversation.
Again, during any of these 4 interviews, what were your statements recorded in any manner?
Objection, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Your Honor, can we approach?
No.
Did you see anybody taking any notes?
Yes.
Who was that?
The private investigator.
Did you review his notes?
No.
Were they read to you to see if they were accurate?
No.
Okay. Was your attorney present at any of the 4 interviews?
No.
Did you speak to your attorney at all about the interviews that you gave to the defense?
No.
Did you call him to talk to him about the interview?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about your interview on February 14th of 2024. This would be the 5th version. Again, on that day, was your attorney present?
No.
Do you know how long the interview was?
No.
Okay. Do you recall being interviewed for just under 2 hours?
I don't remember the time.
Could it have been 2 hours?
It could have been.
Okay. Again, was any recording made?
No.
During this interview, did anybody take notes?
Yes.
Who was that?
Private investigator.
Okay. Do you remember telling them during this interview that you learned what Monica and her family were doing on the day of the murder during a routine conversation with Monica?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you have the number each time. Thank you.
Do you also remember telling them that you believed there was a window of time when Fabio would be home alone?
Something like that.
Okay. That's what you told this jury, right?
Yes.
Did you also tell the investigator that it had never been a convenient time before then and this was a good window?
I probably said that.
Probably, or did?
I don't remember because I don't remember every conversation I've had.
During this interview, as opposed to what we talked about during your prior interviews, did you tell them that you first thought about killing Fabio several months prior to January of 2017?
I probably did.
Did you also tell them that divorce was not an option because Monica's family doesn't do divorce?
I probably said that too.
Okay. Did you also tell them that there would not have been a killing if Monica told you that a divorce was coming?
Sounds about right.
Did you tell them the ultimate goal of killing Fabio was so that you and Monica could be together?
Yes.
Okay. During this interview, did you also tell them that that morning you and Monica played racquetball? She hit you with her racket and it was bleeding bad.
Yes.
And that you stopped the bleeding using a towel, not a Band-Aid, a towel.
At first, yes. Used direct pressure.
Did you also tell them that you did not report your injury, but you cleaned up yourself?
Yes.
And that you used a Band-Aid from a small first aid kit that you kept in your bag?
Yes.
Did you tell them that Monica took the bloody towel home?
Yes.
During this conversation or this interview on Valentine's Day of 2024, did you tell Mr. Levine that after leaving the gym you made contact with Jaybird or Jalen and told him you knew how you guys could make some money?
I don't remember the date of the interview, but I remember saying something like that, yes.
And that you told this Jalen or Jaybird that you would burglarize a house in a ritzy area of Woodland Hills?
I probably said that.
And did you also tell them that you told Jaybird or Jalen that you made no mention to this individual Jaybird or Jalen of your plan to kill Fabio?
My mind was wandering. Sorry, one more time.
Did you tell Mr. Levine that you didn't tell Jaybird or Jalen that you actually planned to kill Fabio?
If it's in there, I probably said it, but I don't remember it.
Very well.
Mr. Levine and his investigator were lies, right?
Some of them were, and some were true.
Which part about contacting Jaybird and Jalen and making a plan to pick him up at Quimby Park to commit a burglary in a ritzy area of Woodland Hills where you'd split the proceeds was true?
None of it, because I was trying to accomplish something.
None of it was true.
On the JB part, anything with JB in it was made up.
JB.
Yes.
Is that the same as Jaybird or Jalen?
Yes.
Okay. During this same interview on Valentine's Day of 2024, did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that Monica had told you a long time ago the family had upgraded their security system at the house?
I can't remember offhand. I'm sure I said it if he put it in there.
Okay. Did you also tell him that she gave you access to the video feed so she could wave at you if you happened to be watching?
I did say that.
Did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator during this same interview that you checked the front door, but it was locked?
Like ever check it, or on the day of the murder?
Obviously, we're talking about the day of the murder.
I can't remember if I did or not.
Your Honor, if the speed seems up, I will stipulate that every question starts with Mr. Levine and his investigator.
Thank you. But the people are free to ask a typical question.
Again, did you tell them that you checked the front door that day, but it was locked?
Yes, probably did.
And did you then tell them that you went around the side of the house?
Yes.
Did you tell them that you entered the house in the rear through an unlocked sliding glass door into Monica's bedroom?
I probably did, if I remember right.
Did you also tell them that your lookout waited outside to keep an eye out?
I probably did.
Did you tell them that you moved through the house looking for Fabio?
I probably did.
Did you tell them that you heard the TV from outside and that you realized Fabio was sitting outside by the pool?
I probably did.
Did you also tell them that you snuck toward a kitchen door that opened onto the patio where Fabio was sitting?
I probably did.
Did you also tell them you were carrying a hunting knife you brought with you?
I probably did.
Did you tell them that you rushed through the door at Fabio after you opened it?
I probably did.
At any point in time during this interview, did you mention that you went into the garage and turned off the power so that you could get Fabio to come inside?
I don't recall.
If I were to tell you that there's zero mention of that in any of the interviews, does that refresh your recollection?
Not really. I just don't remember
Okay.
all these conversations because I'm not writing them down.
Okay. They were, though, you said, right?
Yeah, they were, obviously, but I'm not.
So if I were to tell you that there's no mention of that in the report or the notes, turning off the power to get Fabio to come inside, would that be then a new version of the story that you told to this jury on the stand?
It's an additional part nobody ever asked before.
Got it. Did you tell them that Fabio tried to resist and you didn't have any wounds afterwards?
I don't remember the conversation. I don't remember the entire conversation.
Did you tell them that if it's in their report?
If it's in there, I must have said it.
Did you tell them that when you came back inside of the house...
I'm going to object. She did not read the entire
You can do it then on redirect.
Again, did you tell them that when you came back into the house, you saw that Jaybird had come inside the house?
I don't remember that. I don't remember the conversation, but if they wrote it, I probably said it.
And that would be a lie, right? Because there was no Jaybird.
There was no Jaybird.
There was no Jalen. Right?
Correct.
And then you said that Jaybird saw Fabio's bloody body and started to panic. That would be a lie as well, right?
Yes.
Did you also tell them that you saw a bloody towel in a plastic bag in the kitchen sink?
Yes.
Did you tell them that it was one of the towels you used to stop the bleeding that morning?
Yes.
Did you tell them that you grabbed the bloody towel from the sink and looked for bleach to clean up and found vinegar instead?
Something like that. It was bleach or vinegar. There was something to clean it with.
Okay. Did you tell them that you had the towel in your hand as you ran around the house looking for anything that looked valuable?
I think I told him I picked it up and put it in my pocket.
Okay. If I were to tell you that it specifically says you held the towel in your hand as you ran through the house, would that have been true?
No.
Would that have been what you told them?
I don't know. Maybe it was misunderstood or something.
Maybe it was misunderstood.
Maybe.
Either way, it's a lie.
Me having the towel and put it in my pocket? No, that's the truth.
What it says is you held the towel in your hand as you ran through the house. Would that be a lie?
Well, I needed both hands, so I couldn't keep it in my hand like that.
So again, would that be a lie?
Me having it in my hand, it would not be the truth. It wouldn't be accurate.
So it would be a lie.
It wouldn't be accurate.
And you said the plan was for the two of you to run back to where you parked the rental car, right?
Yes.
But rather than run the several blocks, you grabbed the Porsche keys from the kitchen counter, right?
It's not several blocks. It's a long way. But yes,
So if you said several blocks, would that have been another lie?
it's further than several blocks.
So again, that would be another lie that you said.
Inaccurate. That wouldn't be a lie. It's just trying to rehash everything, trying to think of everything.
Again, we talked about the difference between telling the truth and telling a lie last week. Do you remember that?
Your Honor, that's argument.
Sustained.
Did you tell them the truth or did you lie to them?
I told them the truth on that part.
You told them the truth, that you ran back several blocks to the car. That's the
No,
truth.
that wasn't the truth. No, that part wasn't the truth.
And then you told them that you saw the monitor on the kitchen counter, correct?
I can't remember.
Okay. Did you tell them the video box was clearly visible on the cabinet inside the garage?
Once you track the wires, yes.
Which wires were those?
Wires coming from, I guess, from the ceiling. You can't miss them.
Okay. So is there, at some point in the interview or in any of the interviews that you had with the defense, did you tell them about tracking wires?
We never talked about it.
Never.
I don't think so.
So again, that would be a new version that you brought up here on the stand, correct?
Argument.
I'm going to allow that.
A new version?
Yes.
Nobody asked, so I gave the information.
Objection, move to strike is non-responsive.
Stricken.
Again, would that be a new version that you told on the stand regarding the wires?
Define version for me, so I don't. Please.
Objection, move to strike is non-responsive.
Stricken.
I don't know what it means, so I can't answer that.
A new version, I think, is fairly self-explanatory. It's different from what you've said before.
Okay. Then it is a new version.
And you're saying that there were wires coming out of the ceiling.
They came from, yes. They came from somewhere. You could see the wiring.
You could see wires. We'll find you a picture. Did you tell Mr. Levine and company that you pulled the video box out and threw it in a pillowcase?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
Did you tell them that the DVR box was about the size of an old-fashioned cable TV box?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
That would also be a lie, correct?
No, it wouldn't be a lie.
Well, an old-fashioned cable TV box would be much too large to put into a pillowcase, correct?
Objection, that's cause for speculation and conclusion.
Sustained.
Many times.
Showing you Exhibit 7. There's an 18 in the lower left corner. See this?
I see the cabinet.
Yeah. You see any wires coming out of the ceiling or the walls?
There's some wires
or
back
anything
there
of that
somewhere. I see the
nature?
wires. I see the wires, and that was back
Well,
there.
those are the cords that you unhooked
That's
from
what I'm
the
talking
DVR.
about. Those are
But
what I'm
you
talking
said
about.
there were wires that
What do you
went
think
into-
cord is?
You said there were wires coming out of the ceiling, right?
Yep. It's argumentative. It's
Sustained.
argument.
Did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you drove the Porsche away from the house back to where you parked the Versa and Jaybird volunteered to get rid of the Porsche?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
That would be another lie, correct?
Yes.
You then told Mr. Levine and his investigator that that was the last time you saw Jaybird, correct?
Yes.
That would be yet another lie, right? Because there was no Jaybird.
No sworn statement. Yes.
No sworn statement.
Correct.
Okay, so that means it's not a lie.
That means it was a lie. That means I can lie because I'm not swearing to any of that.
Got it. And then you said you drove the rental car back to your apartment. Do you remember that?
Probably said, yeah, if it's in there, I said it.
And you said you washed up, got ready for work. Right?
Yep.
And you said you had no contact with Monica while you're inside the house, right?
If it's in there, I probably said it.
Okay. And I showed you earlier the message from her at 4:46, and we talked about that was when you were at the Cementilli, on the Cementilli property. Remember that?
I have no idea that message because I didn't have Viber anymore.
Got it. Well, you had it that day because you Vibered her.
Then, but not at that time what you're talking about.
It does not mean that any message or call.
Stop it. Counsel, you're testifying now. I won't accept that. If it's an objection, if that's what you're saying, it's overruled.
What was the question again?
You told us earlier that the 4:46 message would have come while you were inside the Cementilli home. Remember, I showed you the time of the video,
Right.
joggers.
Right.
And then you said you didn't have, you just told us you didn't have Viber anymore at that
I was
point.
thinking about later.
Okay. And do you recall that actually when you left the house and got to a place outside of the home, you messaged Monica back on Viber at 5:14 that day? Do you remember that?
I really don't remember that.
Okay. If you did, was that to tell her job done?
I don't even remember sending a message out.
Okay.
At what time was that? 5 what?
Showing you again what's been marked as People's 160. 4:46. Monica, as we talked about, messages you. The next message is at 5:14. In 30 seconds, you message her. Correct?
I'm probably in the porch still, or walking away from it right now. I don't even have a phone at that time, so I don't know how that came about.
So that was just sort of
I don't know.
a Viber glitch.
That might be your glitch. I don't know.
Got it. You were communicating with her to let her know the job was done, right?
I wasn't communicating to say no job was done.
Okay. Did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator you went to Target that day?
Yes.
Did you tell him that when you went to the Target, your plan was already in motion?
I probably did say that. I don't remember every part of this conversation with them. I don't.
Okay. Did you tell Mr. Levine in this version that you don't remember seeing Monica at the Target or in the parking lot, and it must have been a coincidence? Did you tell him that?
I don't remember the conversation.
If you did, as we talked about earlier when I showed you the photographs and the video, that again would be a group of lies, correct?
Yeah, if that's the case, yes.
And did you also tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you may have just been killing time waiting in the parking lot?
If that's what was in the paper, yes.
Would that again be a lie?
Well, no, I could have been there. It might have been I was waiting for something because I was back there for just waiting for time.
Waiting for Monica. We talked about that earlier, right? She calls you, then she starts messaging you, and then you meet her, right?
That wasn't the plan at all.
I see. And then you said you were killing time because you knew your lookout wasn't available until closer to 4. Do you remember saying that?
Oh, we're talking about that incident. I thought we were talking about the case. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
I understand now. Yeah. That whole interview was probably shouted with all kind of inconsistencies on purpose. For
Meaning
a reason.
lies.
For a reason, yes.
Okay. And then you told Mr. Levine and his investigator that you didn't try to see or talk to Monica for several days after the murder, right?
If that's what he put down there, yes.
Okay. And that again would be a lie, right?
A lie for a reason, yes.
Okay. Well, every lie is for a reason,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. It
To
sure
mislead.
was. It was a reason.
That's overruled.
Yeah,
Correct?
every lie for that day was a reason. It was a reason
Every
why.
lie that you ever told.
No,
is
for that
a
reason, for that day, yes.
And then, did you also tell Mr. Levine that you were worried that Monica was wearing a wire? Remember saying that?
It probably came up. If he wrote it in there, I probably said it.
Okay. That would be another lie, right? You didn't think Monica would be trying to record you, right?
Anything is possible at that point.
Okay. But you told us that you never told Monica that you committed this crime, and she never
That
asked.
doesn't mean she may not be wearing a wire.
Got it. So you actually thought she might be wearing a wire.
Anything was possible. I trusted no one.
But the two of you got naked, so you would see that she wasn't wearing a wire, right?
It's argumentative
It's
and
overruled.
no foundation.
You mean naked where?
Excuse me. It's overruled.
Naked where?
Well, at your apartment,
Well, it's
at
obviously
Mr.
not.
Brown's apartment.
But on any day
At
when
a
there's clothes on
hotel.
right after the incident was happening, yeah, anything was possible. A wire could have been possible.
Okay.
And that's why I told him that.
Those would be additional lies, right?
If I'm lying, it's for a reason.
Right. We've established that. And then you said to Mr. Levine that you were afraid Monica would believe you had something to do with the murder.
I felt that way a couple of times.
Okay. Yet you never said or did anything to discuss it with her.
I sure was not.
Okay. And you said you also wanted Monica to come to you, not the other way around, correct?
If it's in there, that's what I said.
And that's what you did. You waited for Monica to come to you, correct?
Your Honor, could it be made clear what time?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to
No.
counsel continually speaking in front of the
There's no
jury.
foundation, it's
So-
speculation.
I don't even know where she's at half the time. She's bouncing all over the place, so I don't know either.
Move to strike whatever he just said, which was totally
No
not
response.
Do you also remember telling Mr. Levine and his investigator that you met Monica at a noisy bar in Glendale or Studio City because you were still worried about her being wired? Remember saying that?
Yes, some version of it, yes.
Okay. Would that again be
I don't remember
another
every
lie?
word. I don't remember every word we talked about. I'm sorry. I just don't remember every word.
Would that be another lie?
No.
And then you said Monica was happy to see you. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you also said that you and Monica never spoke about Fabio having life insurance, right?
Correct.
And that you didn't even care about life insurance, right?
I didn't.
Okay. And that you were aware that corporate executives get life insurance policies that are paid for by their employers, correct?
I just know they have insurance. I do know that. All that extra I don't know about.
Okay. So that would be true, right?
Correct.
And then at that point in time, did you request that they play for you a series of recorded conversations between the two of you and Monica?
I don't remember asking to hear it or anything, but I did hear the overhears.
Okay, so they
'Cause I
played
never-
the overhears.
Yeah, because I never heard them before.
Okay, so the overhears were played for you.
Well, not all of them, just pieces.
Okay.
Just pieces of them.
Okay. And then did you tell Mr. Levine you knew the police were listening to what was being said?
Most of the time, yes.
Did you also tell Mr. Levine that your offer to lie and take the blame was just showing Monica how much you loved her?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay. And then you were asked why you waited almost 7 years before coming forward, and you said that you thought you would be acquitted. Is that right?
I don't. If they wrote it down there, that's what I said.
Again, in this February 29th, 24 interview, was your attorney present?
No,
And again, was this interview recorded?
not that I was aware of.
In this particular interview, did you promise Mr. Levine and his investigator that you would answer all questions honestly?
I probably did.
And once again, did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator, after you promised to answer all questions honestly, that your crimey, the person you committed the crime with, was Jaybird or Jay?
Yes, trying to hide Austin's identity.
So the answer is yes. That's what you told them. Your crimey was Jaybird or Jay.
Yes, to hide Austin's identity.
So after promising them that you would answer all questions honestly, you then proceeded to lie, correct?
Yes.
Bless you.
Yes.
Did you also tell them that you always needed money?
Something's taken out of context here. I didn't always need money, but it's always good to have money. Yeah, so I always need money. Yes, I probably said that.
So again, not out of context, you probably said
I don't
that.
know where that came out. It just seems like it came from one section to another, so I don't know where that came from. So I probably said it.
Did you also tell them that, oh, Jalen always needed money, or Jaybird or Jay?
I might have. I probably did. If he wrote it in there, I probably said it.
Did you describe this person, Jaybird or Jay?
I gave a description.
What was the description?
I don't remember.
Did you tell them that he was either brown-skinned or African-American?
I probably did.
Did you tell them that he was, you met him playing basketball?
I did say that.
Did you tell him that he was about 1 to 2 inches taller than you?
I remember
roughly.
I remember saying that.
Okay. Did you tell them that he was average?
I could have said that.
Did you tell them that you met him 1 to 2 years before the murder?
I probably said that.
Did you tell them that you picked him up there or nearby on the day of the murder?
I probably said that.
Would it be fair to say that all of this, again, was a completely manufactured story?
Everything with Jaybird was.
Did you ask Monica's lawyers whether they had filed anything to suppress anything?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember asking them, have they filed to suppress anything?
I can't remember that. I don't remember that.
Does that sound like something you would ask?
I can't remember if I said it or not. Anything could be possible when I'm thinking, yes. But I don't remember saying that.
Did you discuss with them that the DA believes you won't truthfully name the second person?
Yes.
And I was right, correct?
You were right. That time.
And then did you again tell them that you were telling the truth?
About Jaybird?
Did you again tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you were telling the truth?
I was telling the truth on some parts and not on the others. I don't know which one you're talking about, though.
Did you tell Mr. Levine and his investigator that you are going to tell the truth?
Oh, yes. In trial, I was.
No, in the interview.
Oh, I don't remember. I probably did. I don't know.
And once again, did you go on to lie to them?
I did. I was still trying to hide identity.
At that point, after telling them once again that you were going to tell the truth, did you tell them that you had no common friends with Jay?
I probably did.
Did you tell them that Jay has no contact with Monica?
Yes.
Did you tell them that Jay was the lookout?
Yes.
Did you tell them the last time you saw Jay is when he jumped in the porch?
I think so. I think that's what I said.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, so there's some things I have to get done, and at the moment we're going to be ending the stream for now, but we will certainly pick up back on this another time. Thank you all for coming, and I appreciate the commentary from y'all on this trial, and especially those that haven't seen it before. And yeah, that was Robert Baker. Yeah. So everybody have a good day, evening, afternoon. See you all from the trial chat in court tomorrow, and I'll be doing a stream later tomorrow. So everybody, peace. Right, there we go.